dry all my tears. No, I'm not looking for someone to scare away the fears. No, I know it's not gonna happen. Don't believe in happy forever after. No one should have to feel this torn. We're unable to speak with voices to soar. We could do better than this. We could do better than this. When you stand in the middle of the crowd, I wanna know it's me that you're missing. We could do better than this. We are much bigger than this. When you stand in the middle of the crowd, I wanna know it's me that you're missing. Me that you're missing. Me that you're missing. We could do better than this. It's not that you're not strong, or that you know what I need. In the past I played along, so devoted I lost parts of me. This time it's not gonna happen. Don't need happy forever after. I let go of past if you do too. To leave now would be running from the truth. We could do better than this. We could do better than this. When you stand in the middle of the crowd, I wanna know it's me that you're missing. We could do better than this. We are much bigger than this. When you stand in the middle of the crowd, I wanna know it's me that you're missing. Me that you're missing. Me that you're missing. We could do better than this. Better. We could do better. Better.
Gaming Morning Show.
Things put on pancakes and rhyming bear intros. Austin confused about whose sister married the bros. In the UK, dooley-doo tugs on our heartstrings. Gaming Morning Show is one of our favorite things.
It's Paul. It's Paul.
Ah, who are we kidding?
Pumpkin spice and fall. Paul.
We all know our favorite thing is the season of Paul. Pumpkin spice latte time! Besides the tasty drinks, the weather is cooler.
We get the most time where it's cooled off, but it's not always rainy.
sometimes it's rainy for part of the day, but then it dries up and it's just a nice, cool, cloudy day. I like that.
There's football on.
Man, did we have a great football weekend. Both of our teams performed to the tippy top of their tippiest top of performance, and boy, football is fun.
That's gotta be enough for all of the hosts of Gaming Morning Show, right? Right?
Okay, so when Club Penguin changed, they changed everything. They got more mainstream, and I wrote them an email. And I was like, it would be really nice if you guys could go back to the way things were, because the original Penguins, we really miss it. I speak on behalf of all of the OG Penguins, and we all are really upset. Trent, you've changed, man.
You're the Lorax for Club Penguin.
I was. I speak for the Penguins.
Well, penguin begins with a P. So, happy Paul, everyone, from all of us at GMS. Broadcasting live from Redner's Rescued Cat Figurine Museum in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin.
When Sean Redner told his wife, Hillary, that he wanted to turn their Wisconsin home into a museum of cat figurines, she had a predictable response. We're gonna do what?
We'll do that some other time, huh? Okay then. Broadcasting live from the same places they've been since 2020. It's time for Gaming Morning Show.
Morning! Gamer, welcome in. It's Gaming Morning Show. Thank you so much for being here. It's Friday, January 20th, 2023. We are so glad that you'd be along for the ride. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter Spaces available to you today as well, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. I am Hefty Goof, and we have a total of 3 hours planned for you up until the point where we no longer are on the air this morning. So it's going to be exciting. Appreciate you being with us wherever you may be, as we will be with you for the final show of the weekend. Wow. Believe it or not, it's all done after today. Yeah. We're not going to do it anymore until next Monday at 6 a.m. Sean, Sports Gaming is still out, has COVID in the house. I haven't checked on Sean today. Yesterday was still feeling, not very okay, to be honest. Things could be better. But so far, the house is persevering. Let's put it that way. So hopefully by Monday, we'll see Sean again, but that's not a guarantee. We'll see. Hopefully for sure by Tuesday, because we're going to have GMS Tuesday nights coming up on Tuesday. It's going to be GMS Plays Live, too, because I am unavailable. I have basketball that night. So Sean and his wife, Sports Doc wife, we're going to sit in and take care of that. So we'll see if that's the case. Good morning to Groggy or Die, who was, in fact,
first,
although checked in at 42 past 5 o'clock, so I don't know if Groggy is still with us. It's good to see
nice chat.
Keith Anthony this morning. Good afternoon. Hope Sean is recovering well. Certainly recovering as nicely as Sean can at this stage. So I want Tuesday nights on Wednesday. Let's see. We might be able to make that wish come true. Just a sec. Yes, if you're watching in the UK, doodle-doo. We will make sure that Tuesday nights is on Wednesday just for you, as that'll be around 4 a.m. Pacific time, or 4 a.m. UK time, as we start at 8 p.m. Pacific time. So yeah, Keith, there you go. Tuesday nights on Wednesday, we got you covered. And that is that. Perfect. No problem. Anything else we can do for you on this Friday?
Bob likes it.
It is Friday, January 20th, 2023. If I did not mention that already, coming up, we'll tell you a story of a 12-year-old Florida charter boat. Rather, the boat's not 12 years old, but there was a 12-year-old on the boat. They reeled in a great white shark. I don't think I'm super terrified of sharks, but I think it's one of those things that I've never ran into a shark, right? And so until I do, I don't feel like I know how I would actually act if, let's say, I was that kid on that boat and all of a sudden I'm trying to reel in what I think is like a big fish or something, and it turns out to be a great white shark. Does that make sense? I'm not entirely sure it's one of those things that you can super prepare for until the time comes. And then you're like, oh, okay, this is how I would react. But until then, you have no clue per se. So anyway, I'm curious your thoughts on that. Please let us know for sure. We'll talk about that coming up later this hour. Next hour, a Kentucky school had an escaped snake that was found after missing for 3 months which is a good amount of time for the snake to not be around. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, no problem, we found him. So don't worry. I would be worrying. I'm just making that clear. So that's coming up at around 7:40 this morning. Birthdays this day in gaming history. So if you have a birthday to celebrate, please get those ready to throw in the chat. We'll wish whoever you want us to wish a happy birthday to at 6:50 this morning with this day in gaming history. List of the day in sports next hour as well. It is National Cheese Lovers Day, National DJ Day, DJ Day, Camcorder Day. For all those who are unfamiliar, a camcorder was a way to record videos before we had camcorders on our phones all the time. It was a different time. Inauguration Day. Oh my gosh, it's January 20th. It's Inauguration Day. How about that? International Day of Acceptance. International Fetish Day.
You'd think it was the sea, but their favorite. I bet Hefty can't even roll his F's either.
National Charlie Day, National Claudia Day, National Coffee Break Day, National Judy Day, National Sebastian Day, Penguin Awareness Day, and Take a Walk Outdoors Day. So if you haven't had a chance yet, please get outside today. Our topic of the day pertains to, well, kind of like the penguins. It's also National Penguin Day. So we're asking, what is your favorite animal? I know that penguins, I think I have enough data after having done the show for around just over 2 years, that a lot of people have enjoyed penguins in their time. None more than one Austin Attack.
Mister, I am Austin Attack. I speak for the penguins. I speak for the penguins, for the penguins have no tongues. And I'm asking you, random tech support guy, at the top of my lungs, what's that thing you've made out of my Club Penguin?
That was the time that Austin Attack 12 was the Lorax for Club Penguin. We are shouting out Austin Attack 12, who will be on the air around 3 or 4 p.m. Pacific time, coming up a little bit later today. So please check out Austin's stream when you have an opportunity. Also, a reminder that today at 3 p.m. Pacific time is Gay Pride's charity stream, which if you missed yesterday's show, we had 5 Questions GMS. We played that game with Gay Pride on the air. It's the Stream Supreme Drag Pageant charity stream, which you can find out more about on Gay Pride's Twitter. And please go to our YouTube channel, as that VOD, the interview, is cut up and available to watch on demand at youtube.com/gamingmorningshow. Penguins are loved for many reasons, writes nationaltoday.com. They walk around in tuxedos, they have a cute waddle, and they are unique. And to show that we care, we observe National Penguin Day on January 20th. While this date celebrates the penguins, it's also a time to think about saving them. Many penguin colonies have been lost to climate change, and it's estimated that half of the population of emperor penguins will vanish by the end of the century. We can start to help these endangered creatures by focusing on environmental issues. So, yeah, let us know what your favorite animal is. What is your favorite animal on National Penguin Day? Good morning and nice chat.
Nice chat.
Lady K is in the chat. It's good to see you. I am JF Downs is here as well. Thank you for stopping by for this morning radio show that plays games. I hope you are doing well. We talked about favorite animals recently, y'all. Probably in the last month. I think it was during a zoo conversation, but I will admit that other than the smell, like going to the penguins exhibit, like at the zoo, is super fun. Like, they're very entertaining. I perceive them to be super cute and cuddly, even though I bet they're probably almost like rubbery. I don't know. What's a penguin feel like? Like, looking at them, I know that they, I think, have feathers, but they feel like they're all like rubbery to like repel the water. Lady K, penguins are also LGBTQIA plus supporters. They have same-sex couples that adopt abandoned eggs. You know, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought that was a Lady K fact of the day, but was not prefaced as such. So I'll stand by in case we get something different down the road. I didn't know that. Yeah. And why are all the eggs abandoned? Maybe there needs to be penguin prosecutors to keep some of the penguins from abandoning their eggs. It's too many penguin orphans, apparently. But that's cool. I like that. Or I like that fact. I didn't know that. Was not aware. I think we celebrated National Cheese Lovers Day last year, and I think we talked about favorite cheeses. For what it's worth, cheese is just damn good, and hopefully I'll be able to be lactose tolerant, I suppose for the duration of my life, because I don't want to really give up cheese. And I know that cheese is like not great for you. I will admit that I've discovered recently that at least many of the cheeses that I like don't necessarily have any added sugar, which is a good thing, because added sugar is something I'm trying to avoid right now. So cheese has kind of become one of those, like, if I really want a snack, I'm reaching for some cheese, but it's not always the case. Lady K said, ugh, the internet in this place is so bad. We'll try to fix that for you.
Maybe it was Skynet.
I don't know if we can. We try to solve a lot of problems, but I don't know if we're going to be able to handle Skynet and bad internet. Let's see what we can do. So, anyway, that's where we're at today. Sean is still out with COVID, but we will have him back hopefully next week. We'll give you the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News coming up in about 5 minutes from now. We'll see how long it takes for a Rocket League game to open up. We have news of the PlayStation VR 2, so we'll tell you about that coming up. Nintendo really ramping up production on an anticipated game. And unfortunately, we also have news of some more video game industry layoffs. So we'll have that sort of coming up in just a little bit, right around 6:25, maybe just a little bit later this morning. So thank you for being here. It is the Friday edition of Gaming Morning Show on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. Yeah, definitely please check out the YouTube page to watch the 2 interviews that we've done this week, and excited to have more hopefully in the coming weeks, including more 5 Questions GMS guests, as it was really fun to talk to Gabe Pride yesterday. I even listened to that. I had to work sports yesterday, and had a chance to just kind of listen to how 5 Questions GMS comes across in a podcast form, and I was pretty happy with it. So hopefully you have a chance to listen, and if you didn't know, you can always take GMS with you as a podcast wherever podcasts are available to you. I find it most easily through Spotify, but you can obviously check for GMS wherever you have it. You can also get the RSS feed and listen to it. In fact, I think I might start putting that into our chat rotation so that you can have access to copy that RSS feed and put it into your favorite podcast downloader of choice. It's kind of funny because on my phone, the podcast downloader that I use is the same one that I've used since kind of podcast downloaders became available on iPhone. So it's one of the earliest apps I think you could get for it. Maybe I mean I remember I've had this for a while. It's called Downcast, and I'm pretty certain that it was one of those. I googled top podcast, downloaders, but it was before like Apple had their onboard podcast thing, and so maybe it's a little bit rudimentary, but it works really well. I don't know. It even lets you set like delays of how soon or how late into an episode you want it to start, and so I really like that because there's a couple of radio shows that become podcasts, dailies, and with that I'm able to change out the amount of time that I wait until it gets started. And the reason for that is because there's a whole bunch of ads on the front of it. So this kind of helps by letting me skip the ads. I never have to actually go through them to get to the point where, I'm listening to the podcast. So very happy about that.
Nice chat!
Nice chat. Good morning to Link. It is so good to see you. Thank you for being here for this morning radio show that plays games. This morning, we're talking about National Penguin Day. So what is your favorite animal, if you have one? And then also, any idea if penguins are rubbery? Like, what is the texture of a penguin? Because my brain can't help but perceive them to be, like, like when you slide your finger across, like, rubber boots. And it feels like it's kind of pulling on your finger as you slide it across the surface. It's kind of what I perceive a penguin to be like. I kind of feel like if the penguin was like super wet, had just gotten out of the Arctic, then I would like slide my finger across it and would make that sound that like a wet window makes, where it's like I don't know why, but that's what I genuinely think a penguin sounds / feels like. And I'm sure that there's somebody like in the zoo world who could probably tell me the actual answer to that. So maybe we could figure out on a Wonderment Wednesday or something, instead of we're playing work together Wednesday games. Maybe I can figure that out and have an expert on. I love giraffes and you love magpies? Oh my gosh, Link, magpies are my like mother's nemesis. My mother, we had a lot of magpies growing up in Montana, the area in which I lived, and my mother could not stand magpies, like despised them. The sound that they emit was like nails on a chalkboard to my mother. I mean, I remember often my mother being like, the magpie, like just frustrated as all get out because the magpies existed. Like they would be even like not even super loud at a given time, you know, because you know they can be super loud. And you know, like I don't know, I have kids, and so I equate it to sometimes I'll look at one of my kids and be like, could you just be quieter for a second, please? And Hefty Wife will look at me and be like, they're not even that loud. What are you talking about? Like, no, could you just, for all that's good and holy in this world, could you just be a little bit quieter? She's like, they're not even yelling. And then, of course, like, I'll have the same thing happen where, you know, Hefty Wife's like, man, the kids have been so loud today. I'm like, oh, they haven't been that bad. So it's simply just like how you perceive it in that moment in time. But my mother, the magpies could be like whispering. They could be library loud. And my mom would be like, for the love of everything, could the magpies just be quiet? So I've never heard of somebody liking magpies. And that's only because my frame of reference is my mom. She couldn't stand them. So I would love to know more where your magpie love came from. Link says, I relate to magpies and crows, the distraction of shiny things. I got a magpie nest outside of my patio. Wow. Well, I will tell my mother that there is someone in this world who in fact loves magpies. Yeah, and actually I feel that like the shiny object thing is definitely a factor in my life as well. Doug, the dog from Up, the Pixar movie, is definitely one of them. Squirrel syndrome definitely hits me occasionally. That's actually why I'm trying the path of, you know, professional work that I am, which is what I call the Mission Impossible envelope philosophy. And the idea is, you know, every single day that I do some semblance of work, I'm not doing the same thing every single day. So, and often, you know, different projects that rotate. I'm gonna be on this project for like 3 months at a time. That kind of work. That's kind of what I want. It's 6:26 now, West Coast time. It's 9:26 out east, 2:26 for those watching GMS in the UK. Doo-doo-doo. Down says penguins definitely bounce, like when they walk instead of a waddle. It's more of a boop, 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 boop. I believe that. I like to believe that penguins feel silky. I don't see it. I hope they are, because I think that's going to be a more pleasant, like, texture, as opposed to, like I said, feeling like a wet window, like. Hefty Goof, more like grumpy goof. Could be. Link says it's the ADHD. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I understand one of the symptoms of ADHD is, like, not able to finish certain things because you're bouncing from thing to thing to thing. Is that to which you're referring? Definitely invite you to add more insight. But it's why you relate to magpies, the distraction of shiny things. Crows are interesting to watch. They're very loud as well, but like just watching them up in the tree being like, huh? Hmm? They're They're just like taking it all in constantly. So, all right, thank you for being here. It's time for the Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. We'll get the headlines of the day coming up in just a little bit. We'll tell you a story of a 12-year-old who reeled in a great white shark. So that story is on the way this morning. And birthdays this day in gaming history coming up in about 20 minutes from now. If you have a birthday to celebrate, please let us know. Since Sean is out, we'll still go to the newsroom. Here's hashtag video game expert Sean. Good morning. I'm Sean. This is your Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. How's my Sean voice? It's time for your Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. Yeah, it sounds just like him. Nailed it. All right, we're going to go to a Kotaku story first. And it's a sad story just because I have a hard time finding any upside to layoffs. I'm also not a great business person, so that's probably part of the reason why that would be the case. Just because business people are very good at making money, and that's not a super big driver for me. The craft is certainly more fun and less frictiony to accomplish. So I'm sure somebody who is good at, profit and loss statements and trying to make things go would look at me and be like, listen, this is something that had to happen, and it's actually good in the long run. But I would have a hard time seeing that. So I'll just read the story, and we'll kind of go from there. This is from Ethan Gatch of Kotaku. Layoffs have hit GameSpot and Giant Bomb just months after Fandom buys them. The company that owns Wikipedia acquired GameSpot, Giant Bomb, Metacritic, and more last fall. And so two of the biggest outlets in games media are the latest to face layoffs. They were announced during a surprise all-hands meeting with the Fandom CEO Perkins Miller. Roughly 40 to 50 employees were affected across the company, with at least some managers caught completely off guard by the cuts to their team, writes Gatch. Previously owned by Viacom, Giant Bomb and GameSpot were both sold. They were sold to Red Ventures in 2020, which then turned around and sold them again to Fandom last October. Quote, we are thrilled to add these powerful, authoritative brands into the Fandom platform, which will expand our business capabilities and provide immersive content for our partners, advertisers, and fans, Miller said at the time. Fandom, whose business model revolves around plastering ads over free user-generated content, is itself owned by the private equity firm TPG Capital. Yeah, there's certain tweets in there from Giant Bomb, and I'm assuming some of the employees who work within those brands. Now, there was a couple of shakeups already at Giant Bomb earlier with the co-founder who was fired last summer. The latest game media cuts come just a month after IGN faced its own surprise layoffs. Before that, Comcast shut down G4, which they had recently revived, and Tencent gutted the staff at Fanbyte. And other sites like Game Informer, Polygon, and Tech Radar cut staff numbers too. So, and heck, even earlier this week, we told you about some of the Microsoft layoffs that were affecting Xbox-related things. So, hopefully they'll slow down. But I was kind of perusing. I was looking on Twitter yesterday, and I saw some people talking about games media. And it's always interesting. I feel similarly about sports, which is a stronger frame of reference for me. The difficulty with sports is it's very fun to work in sports. It always has been. But you make trade-offs because of the funness. And there's a lot of people who want to work in sports. And so when supply is available, then demand, and therefore the salaries that are paid for people who work in it, are fairly low. But at least at the top levels of sports especially, it's a billion-dollar industry. Same with video games. Video games is a billion-dollar industry. So I'm surprised still that there's not more steadiness and adequate pay in the gaming space. But again, I'm not good at the business side of things, so I'm not the right person to talk to about that. And there's probably a lot of people who are better to talk to about it, and I don't know if I fully align with their point of view. But anyway, for those who did get laid off, we're thinking about you today. All right, Game Informer has your second GMS Morning Gaming News story this morning, and this is from Charles Hart of Game Informer. PlayStation has announced VR2 launch titles. There's 13 of them, plus an update for Gran Turismo 7. This is a recent blog post. We're within 1 month of the February 22 launch. So here we go. Here's some of the game titles that will come out right off the bat for PlayStation VR2. What the Bat, with a question mark. Tetris Effect. Creed. Rise to Glory Championship Edition. There's a couple of VR games like Kayak VR, Mirage, Pavlov VR, Puzzling Places, Song in the Smoke, Rekindled. Before Your Eyes, Synth Riders Remastered Edition, Thumper, and NFL Pro Era. The blog post also mentions that Gran Turismo 7 will receive a free VR2 update on launch day. Quote, while two-player split-screen races are not supported in VR, all other races are, including online races, which will be available. And in case you missed it, Resident Evil Village will also get a VR update on launch day, writes Charles Hart of Game Informer. So how do you feel about PlayStation VR 2? Are you excited to see that come out? Do you have another VR thing that you prefer? The base model is supposed to cost $549.99, so it is going to be a little bit more expensive. A lot of it more expensive than some of the other ones on the market. All right, story number 3. And actually, I don't think I tweeted out or copied the other one in the chat. So here. Whoops. Copy. Paste. There we go. All right, that's the last story. This third news story this morning comes to us courtesy of Ryan Dinsdale of IGN. And it is a story of what's happening with Switch production for the upcoming Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom. It's supposed to launch in May, and Nintendo is planning to ramp up production in the final fiscal year ahead of the launch of that. This is specifically going to be ramping up Switch production, so they're going to be trying to make more of the consoles. Sources familiar with the matter told Bloomberg that Nintendo has told suppliers and assembly partners that it plans to increase production in the financial year 2023-2024, which means at the beginning of April. It'll also be a result of the component shortages subsiding after 2 years, according to sources. The company admitted in August last year that the shortages were hurting sales, and while it was apparently open to revising its new production plans, the previous reduced sales are largely attributed to the component shortages. So if you're excited about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, or you know someone who also is, maybe your access to getting a Switch will be pretty okay. But that game comes out scheduled for May, and hopefully doesn't get delayed, because we've seen some frequent delays in the video game space as of late. 3 news stories for you this morning. What is out today? Well, Demolish and Build Classic is one of those games. It is out today for Switch. Also for Switch, Drift and Drive. Deep Space Anomaly is out for Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Escape to the Ocean is out today for Switch. Fire Emblem Engage is out today for Switch as well. For PS4 and 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X, it's Monster Hunter Rise. For Xbox One and Xbox Series X, Omegabot is out today. Cube 2, Q-U-B-E. Cube 2 Ultimate Edition out for Xbox One and Xbox Series X. And Trenches is out today for Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. That is your Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News for January 20th, 2023. All right, it's Hefty Goof back, because I definitely wasn't acting as Sean in that last segment, but Sean did a great job providing you the news in puppet form, and so Sean's back with us now. Hi, Sean. Hi, Hefty. You can follow Sports.Gaming on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter at WatchGMS. We are broadcasting on Twitter Spaces right now, so if you need to take us on the road, you're invited to do just that. Also, I'm available on Twitter at HeftyGoof, and then we invite you to find us on Instagram as well. Gaming Morning Show is our handle on that platform as well. Down says, you are getting so good at the news. Sean's best not be ill for too long, or he might lose his gaming pancreas. It's true. We long discovered that we were incorrect the first time we thought that Sean's gaming knowledge came from his kidneys.
Correction. Sean's gaming knowledge actually originates from his pancreas, not his kidneys.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a good used gaming pancreas, please consult sports.gaming. Link says, man, wish I could play VR, but I get severe motion sickness. I remember my first VR experience. I was at a convention, and I think they were selling the software, but I could be wrong. And so I was riding on a roller coaster, and I was standing, and I started to feel woozy. And so they sat me down on a stool, which was a blessing. I've since played like Beat Saber and some of the other like Oculus games in VR, and those are pretty okay. So, and I'm wanting to use my VR more now. I started to associate the VR headset with floaters that I was getting in my vision, and again, everyone I've spoken to so far has told me that that is not related, but it put one of those like irrational thoughts in my brain. So I haven't touched my VR in probably it might be over a year and a half, and that's a shame because we bought it because we enjoyed having it. It was super fun to play, and so what I need to do is I need to rip the Band-Aid off and put it back on my face. I'm going to the eye doctor on Tuesday, and I think after consulting, this is a new doctor as well, so after consulting them, I think maybe my mind will finally be put at ease. But yeah, if you have motion sickness, it's probably not a super fun experience. So yeah, maybe in the future, as the technology gets better, they can find a way to counteract that. Hopefully.
Nice chat.
Element of Oneness here. Good morning. Thank you for being here. If you did not know, we are Gaming Morning Show, and we are so happy that you are here with us today. It's National Penguin Day, so please let us know what your favorite animal is. We do have a listed of the day pertaining to penguins coming up for you at around 7:25 this morning on this morning radio show that plays games. Speaking of which,
you can news if you wanna.
Let's get you these stories that we're tracking at this hour from said morning radio show that plays games. We're going to go back to UPI and our friend Ben Hooper, who is back, which is very exciting. Ben Hooper has a story, speaking of animals, a story of a 12-year-old who found a way to reel in a great white shark whilst out on a charter boat. We're going to need a bigger boat. This story reads as follows. A 12-year-old Massachusetts boy on a charter fishing boat in Florida reeled in the unexpected catch of the day. The catch of the day. Hey, look! It's a 450-pound great white shark. All right, so I've seen big game fishing, and like you have some like hefty poles. Hefty poles.
Hearty or hefty?
But 450 pounds? Jeez. This Boston boy was visiting Fort Lauderdale with his family, and they were aboard a boat. The captain said we had to hold on to him. We had to make sure he wasn't going to go off the boat. This is actually the mother who told a TV station this. The boat's crew soon realized the 12-year-old had a great white shark on the end of its line. Quote, we realized it was a shark when it was like 20 feet away, probably, and we had to get it in. We put this like buoy on it to make it go underwater, or to not go under, rather, said the boy to ABC News. The boat's crew helped the boy struggle with the monster fish. Quote, it took a while. It took 45 minutes or an hour to catch it, said the captain. We knew we had something pretty substantial from the initial bite. It took about 300 yards out. The captain removed the hook, tagged the shark so it could be tracked by researchers. It sounds like they did not keep Jaws for dinner. So I can't imagine what it'd be like to have an unexpected shark encounter. I think I would be fine with doing the whole scuba diving in the cage thing, where you're going under, specifically, you know you're going to see sharks, especially sharks of that size. If that is the case, you know, people could tell me right now that, oh yeah, you never get close to a great white shark in those circumstances as a tourist, as a recreational scuba person. But like, to have it be unexpected like that, what was it, quote, 20 feet away? Nah. So there you go. There's a story and what we're tracking at this hour on this morning radio show that plays games. It's now 6:42. We'll have birthdays coming up in about 10 minutes from now. So if you have a birthday, please let us know. Element says, what's your favorite animal? I feel like this changes every time we talk about this. I do like the big jungle cats. Panthers are very appealing to me. Like, I really like the elephant exhibit at the zoo, but I don't fully know if that is my favorite, in fact, animal. Giraffes are pretty okay. They're like dinosaurs, basically, you know, walking the earth. You know, I think the one I probably get the giddiest around at the zoo is otters. I think otters just have personalities. So I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote for otter. Yeah. But panthers are pretty cool. So I just like almost how invisible they are at night. And they almost have like a purple hue to them, if that makes sense. There's a great Honda minivan commercial for the Odyssey where a panther shows up. Like the person's like walking out, has milk, and sees a Honda Odyssey in the parking lot, and it starts playing like a rock riff. And then the van like momentarily like cuts to a panther, and then cuts back to being a minivan. I don't know. That commercial is very amusing, so maybe it's influencing my decision making as we speak. But yeah, panthers are really cool. No, we got scored on. And my game crashed. What? I have a PlayStation. Consoles aren't supposed to crash. What are we doing? Can we get boos in chat? Boo. 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 Man, I wanted to keep playing. I'm telling you, Hefty getting a PlayStation 5 is getting closer by the day. PlayStation 4 is not going to last. It's on its last legs. Beep. 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 I don't know if it's going to make it, Doctor. Beep. Beep. Rocket League has crashed like twice in 1 week. Beep. 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 We're going to need a PlayStation defibrillator. Beep. Beep. Don't know how that things works. Maybe it's like a electromagnetic pulse. I don't know. Beep. Beep. Oh no. It's not going to make it. Beep. 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 It's awake. So happy. Down says, booze. Good morning, Unknown Story, who says, boo earns. Boo earns.
Nice chat.
It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Unknown Story. A problem occurred in the following application last time the PlayStation 4 was used. Would you like to report? Yes, we would. Do you keep your PlayStation 4 in an open area? Have you checked for dust? A can of air would work wonders. You know, it isn't a very, like, open area to get the ventilation on each side. However, I haven't, like, cleaned the fans in some time, and it does get dusty in the studio. So, you know, I was so mad. Oh, it dropped it. Just a sec. So I got this cool little vacuum. It's got a little rechargeable battery and everything. It's like the James Bond vacuum. Name's Bond. Vacuum Bond. But see on the end here? This is a cool little, like, get in the crevices nozzle, like, which is cool, but there was a brush attachment on the end. Hefty Daughter does not remember this, but I let Hefty Daughter use this to clean out something. I haven't seen the brush on the end. And that's key to, like, scoop the dirt up whilst also sucking it away. So, I haven't used my little vacuum in a while because it's not as optimal as it can. So I might have to order another one from Amazon, steal the brush attachment, and send it back. Or we have to find the brush. But Hefty Daughter swears that she didn't take it, doesn't remember using it. It's frustrating. Ooh, says Unknown Story. As long as it is ESD safe, that looks good. Of course it's ESD safe. What is ESD safe? Yeah, no, I'm certain it is. ESD safe. Yeah, it definitely is a material that reduces the discharge of static electricity. Because that's an acronym for electrostatic discharge. You know, the term that describes a swift flow of current between two electrically charged objects, which is often caused by a buildup of static electricity. Why do I need an ESD safe vacuum? Are you saying this is like an electromagnetic pulse where if I were to like brush with it or vacuum with it, it's gonna ruin the electronics? That's something I needed to worry about. I mean, that I definitely did worry about when I was shopping for my vacuum. Uh-oh. Maybe that's why my PlayStation doesn't work. Down says maybe the brush, Sean, and the cartridges are all in the same place the hat is. No, the hat's back. Look at it. It's great. It's back better than ever. Oh, I see what you said was where the hat was. It might be. I listen, Sean's right there on your screen. Look. Probably waved back. Vacuums cause static discharge, generally electronic. Safe vacuums reduce or stop that. Go to my Amazon app. Go to my orders. Click on vacuum. Yep. The vacuum dust cleaner, which is also good for car detailing, has a universal fit, washable filter, and cordless design, of course. But it doesn't say anything about being ESD. And it even shows it being used. Oh no, it shows being used on a laptop. Oh no, Unknown Story. I might be ruining my electronics. Well, that's why I don't use it anymore, and I on purpose lost the brush attachment for it. You know, just because I didn't want to have a problem with it. You know? Of course, these are all things that I've taken under consideration when I bought the vacuum, and definitely want to now try to search reviews, and that's becoming hard to do on the app. So, K-Laugh, will you let me know if my vacuum is ESD safe? Or you're about to get a non-affiliate link in the chat. Oh my gosh, it was too long. The link is too long. All right, here you go. Perfect. Looks great. The Color Coral Vacuum Dust Cleaner, rechargeable computer vacuum keyboard cleaner for keyboard dusting, portable mini vacuum cleaner for car interior detailing, home and office. Whew. All right. Thank you for being here at 6:52 West Coast time. It's 9:52 out east and 2:52 for those watching GMS in the UK. It's time for birthdays. This day in gaming history. If you have a birthday to celebrate, please let me know, because we would like to know so that we can get a cake ready, and then we can present that cake to you so that we can all celebrate with you. Happy birthday in the celebrity world to many, many people. There are a lot of names on this list today, so we are going to read them. If you have a birthday to celebrate as well, and we don't know about it, throw it in our Discord. We have a birthdays channel, so that's available to you, and you can always share when your birthday is, and then we will wish you a happy birthday on or around your birthday. Today, celebrity birthdays wise, it's David Lynch's 77th birthday. David Lynch is a director, according to Cleveland.com. David Lynch turned 77, received an honorary Oscar in 2020. Does that mean David Lynch has never won an Oscar? And no, Sean's not here. We don't have to play the game.
How many nominations?
No, Bob, I'm not playing it. Sean's not here. I don't have to. I don't want to. Don't want to. An Academy Honorary Award in 2019. Yeah. The Guardian, after a panel of critics convened in 2007, announced that, quote, after all the discussion, no one could fault the conclusion that David Lynch is the most important filmmaker of the current era. Made Elephant Man and Dune back in the 80s. Created his own television series with Mark Frost, which was Twin Peaks. I don't think I've seen a lot of these movies. So yeah, if you are a fan of David Lynch, it's his 77th birthday today. All right, let's see. Musician Paul Stanley turned 71. And Paul Stanley has appeared as a guest co-host multiple times on episodes of The Talk. Paul Stanley, of course, is a member of KISS. Co-founder, frontman of the rock band KISS. Been a writer of many popular songs and was inducted as a member of KISS into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2014. Paul Stanley, 71 today. Comedian Bill Maher turned 67 today. One of Bill Maher's first TV show appearances was on an episode of Alice. What was the show Alice? I have no clue what that show was. Sounds like a spy show. It was a mini-series. No, that can't be it. Classic TV show on ABC. No clue. Lorenzo Lamas, actor, turned 65 today. His father, fun fact, was also an actor. And my father's father was an actor. And my father's father was an actor. Ugh. So there's these great little windows that you can pull up when you look up somebody on iPhone, but then when you try to click the button, it doesn't open. It's frustrating. Widely known for his role as Lance Cumpson, the irresponsible grandson of Angela Channing in the soap opera Falcon Crest. Lorenzo Lamas played the character Lance Cumpson. He's also Dr. Hollywood on the Nickelodeon TV show Big Time Rush. Actor Rainn Wilson, 57 today. Actor Seth Rogen also tried out for the role of Dwight on The Office, is Rainn Wilson's fun fact. It's not a fact at all about Rainn Wilson. It is simply a fact about the character that Rainn Wilson is probably best known for. But still. Actress Stacey Dash turns 56. Her middle name is Loretta. TV host Melissa Rivers is 55 today. Fun fact, graduated from the University of Pennsylvania. I believe that is Penn. Skeet Ulrich, actor, turns 53 today. Fun fact, auditioned for the role of Frost in Blade, but lost out to Stephen Dorff. Also, fun fact, that is a Hefty Wife's celebrity crush, is Skeet Ulrich. There was not a vote that we would name one of our kids Skeet. Musician Questlove turns 52, once appeared as an extra in an episode of Law & Order SVU, where he played a dead body in the morgue. Didn't Questlove... Yeah, Questlove was the one who won an Oscar last year, but it was right after, or right during the Will Smith slap. But Questlove seems like an incredibly talented individual. Like, all the music stuff for sure, but, you know, now obviously winning an Oscar. Questlove would be one of the ones I'd like to sit down and just, like, talk with, like, have a beer with, celebrity-wise. Actor Evan Peters turns 36 today, recently portrayed Jeffrey Dahmer in a TV miniseries. Is Evan Peters the one who's portraying Jeffrey Dahmer in the Netflix show? Or is this in a different version? Yeah, doesn't say. On the above the fold. So you can let me know. All right, I think we're in pretty good shape there. There's some of your celebrity birthdays. We'll get back to talking about my vacuum cleaner in just a moment. We still have this day in gaming history to share with you, but still, more birthdays.
We've got a drummer birthday.
In fact, we have 2 drummer birthdays. Drummer George Grantham of Poco is 76. Grantham of Poco is 76 today. It's an American country rock band. Originally formed in 1968 after the demise of Buffalo Springfield. So there's one. Also, Rob Borden of Lincoln Park is 44 today. I always like to see if these are the original drummers. Yeah, co-founding member of the American rock band Lincoln Park. So happy 44th birthday to Rob Borden. Historical birthday, George Burns, the comedian, had a birthday on January 20th. Boo Earns. Sir, they're saying Boo Earns. Buzz Aldrin, the astronaut, is 93 today, so still with us, would like to point out. Not a historical birthday. Bassist Greg Kay of The Offspring is 58 today. Same age for country singer John Michael Montgomery. Well, I went down to something auction where I saw something I just had to have. That was John Michael Montgomery. Singer Edwin McCain is 53. And singer-songwriter Bonnie McKee is 39. Among those who are having birthdays today. All right. We shift from birthdays to this day in gaming history. 1998, Midway Amusement Games releases the Mortal Kombat 4 video game version 3.0 in arcades in the US.
All right, everyone get their tube amusement devices.
I still like, you know, that was Midway Amusement Games, and one of the earliest video game machines was called a tube amusement device. 2004, Vivendi put out Baldur's Gate. Nope, I said that in the wrong, tempo. Baldur's Gate. Dark Alliance 2 came out for PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Baldur's Gate. It's murder. She wrote. And in 2015, Capcom releases the Resident Evil HD video game for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, and
Xbox 360
in the US. So there you go. That is your This Day in Gaming history and birthdays on January 20th, 2023. 7:01 now. Next hour, we're going to give you 10 facts about penguins. So that's an exciting topic. We'll have that coming up at around 7:25 this morning. And then at 7:50, it's time for sports. Please go to our YouTube page. If you haven't subscribed already, you're invited to do that, certainly. But you can also see our interviews from this week, including playing 5 questions with Gabe Pride yesterday on the show. It was super fun, and excited for the charity stream coming up today at 3 p.m. Pacific time, hosted by Gabe Pride. For more information, please click on that link in the chat or go to twitter.com/GabePride27. Down says, "Cuz for 24 years, I've been living next door to Alice." Alice? Who the beep is Alice? Keith Anthony says, Bob is Sean's alter ego. No, Bob's his own man. He lives in a box to my left. Everything's good in there. Bob's never been upset to live in the box, ever. Ever.
Could someone crack the window, please?
According to Amazon Answers, you can order replacement brushes directly from the seller. Downs. If If you have a link, you'd be my hero. Unknown Story says, taking a look through the questions of the product, it looks like the vacuum is not ESD safe. Perhaps getting a can of air off to the side for cleaning vents only would help. Man, but part of the reason I bought this vacuum was to use it inside my computer. Unknown, I'm very grateful that you told me this. I'm just disappointed by the circumstance. I have to now go and find... Can you send me a link to an ESD safe James Bond vacuum cleaner? I guess I'll give this one to Hefty Daughter, or we put it in the car or something. Ooh, definitely do not use it on open electronics. Good thing I haven't. More than once. Link's gonna go make some breakfast. Unknown Story says, I love how old TV shows were just the name of some person. Like, that was enough to draw you in. Join us on Saturday for a new episode of Alice, followed by Timothy, only on CBS. All right, 7:04. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more Gaming Morning Show. List of the day in sports next hour. Thank you for being with us. What is your favorite animal? Let us know in the chat. We'll be back in a moment on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Spaces for the first 2 hours, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. It's Friday.
Overtime.
Oh, no. Nice.
It's out.
No, Zach. I thought you were going to swing behind me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Zach. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry.
This is tense.
I was going to say. Nice job. We're going to win this game, chat. This is for
For all the marbles.
somebody who we would win a game for. I can't think of anybody who...
For all
really
the cheeses.
This is for all the cheeses in the world!
Oh!
No, Zach. I thought you were going to swing behind me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Zach. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. 10 a.m. Pacific time on Sunday. Very excited. Very excited.
Should be a lot of fun.
All right, here we go. It is the 8 o'clock hour.
Hello to the final hour crew.
Final hour crew in full effect. Hello, FHC.
Hello, FHC.
Emma is the Sink is here. Good moron to you, Emma. It is good to see you. Gonzo Gump, too, one of the best FHC members. Consistent. Usually watches only the final hour of the show, which we love. It's good to have FHC. What's the word I'm looking for? Stalwarts? Worts?
Mm-hmm. Not words.
Thank
Stalwarts. Works, yeah.
you. I love that school in Harry Potter.
That's Hogwarts.
No, it's down the street.
Oh.
Yeah, Harry
Stalwarts
Potter went to
down the street.
Hogwarts,
Oh, okay.
but then Tim Spotter was over there at Stalwarts.
Sure.
And do not want to wear are those that have the cuffs at the bottom of the leg hole, right? I don't want them to be
Cuffs?
like they're like elastic. I don't want them to be sucking
gotcha.
up
Yeah.
to my ankles. I
Gotcha.
want bell-bottom sweatpants. I want flares.
Is this the anniversary of the Wiener window?
Is this how we got to that topic?
I think so. I think this might be how that came up. I don't like sweatpants. Period. I like shorts.
Really?
Yep.
Sweatpants just
I
don't
hate
do it for you.
sweatpants.
Wow.
They're too restricting. too restricting.
Maybe you've had the stovepipe ones, like I've been talking about. Like they like suck to your thighs. It's like.
Well, so there's like trainers. I don't know what they're called, but they're kind of like they don't go, but they like here nor there. You can still play Hawkeye in Fortnite.
Fortnite is great. We just can't play it because we don't want to learn how to build.
Nah, it's a terrible game. Awful.
It's not me. It's you, says Michael.
If they could put like an old dude version in Fortnite, like for people over the age of like 35 who are very slow builders, that would be fantastic. I would really appreciate that. So as Epic, if you're listening, please have like an over 35 lobby.
The Fortnite senior circuit.
If you're just people building very, very slowly.
If you verified your birth date in your Epic profile, then you can play if you were born before 1986.
And they turn on proximity chat, so when you're like, hey, how do I make the triangle thing? Oh yeah, hit X. Oh, thank you. It'd be great.
$1 million idea. That was a Mike O DM.
Way back in the day.
We can show that clip again after this game. Yeah, apparently 1 year ago we celebrated International Sweatpants Day as well.
Oh wow. I thought I could get that, but I didn't.
What are the odds? It hits that corner.
Yeah.
Look at this.
And this comes in.
Off the Mike O Memorial Crossbar.
Michael Memorial Crossbar.
So you will notice that one of our opponents apparently finally picked up the game. Won't play with us, but Theo will play with other Rocket League players. So,
dang it, Theo.
Whatever, Theo. I'm mad at you.
Just blew me up.
I just blew up Theo.
How rude.
Got her.
Overtime.
Oh no! Nice.
It's out.
No, Zach. I thought you were gonna swing behind me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Zach. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. We're gonna win this game, chat. This is for
all the marbles.
Somebody who we would win a game for. I can't think of anybody who
For all
really
the cheeses.
This is for all the cheeses in the world.
Oh!
Take Gaming Morning Show with you on Twitter Spaces. Find us at Watch GMS on Twitter and listen while scrolling your feed. Or try audio only on Twitch.
Everything was fine and suddenly it leave. I was left behind, broken in pieces. Then you'd reappear.
Coming this month from GMS. GMS plays Fudge Village. Follow GMS on Twitter and Discord for more details.
But I've gotta be strong. And I don't wanna know.
What's for breakfast?
Your chance.
Don't ask about the crab-stuffed flounder. Sporty Spice, one of the lower spices. You've seen your last shadow, groundhog. Welcome to GMS, where we definitely know who Luke Skywalker is. GMS, we put a lot of work into things you didn't ask for. This summer, join us for Fairy Godmother, a show where GMS restores an old fairy, this old house style. $1,000 in money. GMS ASMR, we're in your ears. GMS does not condone eating chalk. Well, maybe a little chalk is okay. Coming up on Gaming Morning Show, List of the Day, and Sports. Find GMS on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and GamingMorningShow.tv. Put it on a pancake. Time for hour number 2, right now.
Morning, gamer. Welcome back. Gaming Morning Show continues. Thank you for being here wherever you may be. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter Spaces, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. I am Hefty Goof. It is a pleasure to see you today, Friday, January 20th, 2023. Hope your weekend is going to be exciting. What is your favorite animal? That is our topic of the day. It's National Penguin Day, so we invite you to let us know for sure. Also, we are wondering what your weekend plans are. What are you going to be doing on this upcoming weekend? Is it going to be fun? Is it going to be relaxing? Is it going to be hectic? Please let us know, because we always like to know. It's important. It's fun to share. So if you know and you can let us know, then we would super appreciate it. And yeah, hope your day's going as well as it possibly can on this particular Friday. All right, I'm Hefty Goof. As I mentioned, you can follow us at WatchGMS on Twitter or on Instagram. Gaming Morning Show is our handle over there. We will always try to update you on what's going on through Instagram as well, especially when Sean is here. We post the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News on our Instagram as well. Keith says, and it's a pleasure to have you here with great daily entertainment. Well, thank you, Keith. It is a pleasure likewise to you. Link says, I'm still waiting for my $1,000 in pancakes. I feel like there's a KLAF like research and development question there where we should be asking KLAF, could you please convert $1,000 in money to $1,000 in pancakes? What would that look like? There is going to be a place on Instagram, in fact, right now, if you would like, where you can let us know what your favorite animal is there too. But, you might as well just tell us here, which is what Keith just did. Favorite animal is the owl. Who? Get it? Because you're... Who? Anyway, I do like owls. Owls are super cool. There's a great video that was on the internet recently of like some baby animals being like taken out of a bucket and then sent into a hole. Has anyone seen that? And if you have, and you know exactly where it is, put it in our Discord. But it was great. Like these owls were being picked up like one by one, and I think somebody did like a funny voiceover for it, which is entertaining. So yeah, check that out. Owls are pretty okay. I have a friend, my wife's best friend, who is very into owls. But other than that, I don't really have a lot of owl stories or owl moments. So, Link telling us what we have for breakfast this morning. Link says, I got sunny side-up eggs with tomatoes and shredded ham.
Remember, if you're getting food, you must show and tell when you come back.
Sounds pretty good.
I'm pretty okay in here.
Yeah. You can put it in our Discord for sure. Let's see. Link will be upgrading my stream setup this weekend. Let's go. Link, hope your streams go pretty well this particular weekend. If you would like to find Link streaming on the internet, well, you should. The easiest way is to go there, and you're going to find Link streaming. Keith Anthony says, I'll be working tomorrow, and Sunday hopefully leave the car showroom with a new car. The wife and I are going to look for an upgrade on a new car. That's awesome. I hope it goes pretty okay. Car shopping is not that stressful for me, but I know it can be stressful for many people. So hopefully you have a stress-free situation when it comes to your car shopping. On the way up to Washington, I have basketball tonight up near Seattle. So I got to go drive to do that tonight. My mom-in-law's car died last week on my way also up to Tacoma, because we played 2 games a year in the Seattle area, and I have to stop and get all the stuff out of her car because it's gonna be 2 to 3 months before her car gets fixed because the engine died. And that is a horrible, frustrating thing for my mom-in-law, which I hate. But it makes me feel better because I wasn't losing my mind. I thought that, I'm like, did I break the car? But it turns out it was just the engine failed. So, okay, handheld vacuum should be safe, but make sure to unplug the PS4, wait 30 seconds, try turning it on, which drains an electric charge left. Okay, I've heard that. And then start vacuuming. Sony says vacuuming just the vents should be safe if done like this. Unknown story, you've already gone above and beyond. But just out of curiosity, can I also do the same thing with my PC, where I unplug it and then hold the power button for 30 seconds to, drain the vampire charge or whatever they call it? Something like that. Where when you turn an electronic off, there's still like vampire or zombie charge or something in there.
Austin, a vampire, born in 1933.
Please let me know. Link says, we're almost at affiliate. Congratulations. And then not the main component of the vehicle has that. Yeah, it's not good when you're, So what died in the car? Oh, it was the engine. Oh. So the one thing you need for the car to move. That's at least the main component. Yeah, that's the part that died. Oh, you're going to be fine. Man, I had a horrible tire day yesterday. Meaning, I was traveling also to work an event. And the car that we own, the hefty wife and I own 2 vehicles. We have a SUV, and then we have an electric sedan, the Nissan Leaf. Well, the Leaf used to be able to get from where we live up to downtown Portland, Oregon. It no longer can. I've driven that car so much. My favorite story of that car was I took it back to the place where I had purchased it from to see if I could upgrade to a new vehicle, especially like one of the newer EVs that have, longer range. Because even at like when this car was brand new that I owned, it only would get about maybe 60 miles of range, because it was just, it was an early electric vehicle, right? They were figuring it out. Whereas the new Nissan Leafs, they come kind of standard with 200 some miles of range on a single charge. And so as my battery life was starting to deteriorate, because that's what happens, especially again with the earlier versions of EVs, because we're all kind of just making this up as we go. I was checking in with the person I had bought the original one from to see what it would cost to upgrade to a new Leaf, which would be awesome, because then we could drive it between where I live in Portland, Oregon. Everything would be great. And so, the person had told me originally, the resale value on these are usually pretty good, because, there's not a ton of supply for them. And people didn't know how to price the electric vehicle market initially. Now that's gotten a little bit easier to do. So long story short, I walk in, I was like, here's my car, what do you think I can get for it? And they're like, oh yeah, they usually sell pretty well. How many miles do you have on yours? And I was like, 170 something. And the person's like, oh my gosh, we usually never get these back, except for a few tens of thousands of miles. They're usually coming back in the 50 or 60,000 mile range, not in the 5 times or 3 times that range. So my car wasn't very valuable, but I've driven the heck out of it. But that's also why the battery, we only can probably go maybe 30 miles on a single charge now, and that's just not enough to get me really anywhere, other than around town. Around town it works great, and we still don't pay for gas, which has still been awesome. So anyway, back to what Keith was talking about and shopping for a car. Oh no, you didn't say anything further. But you did say, I remember when we broke down on the way to dinner plans with the in-laws. I didn't know if I wasn't happy I broke down amid waiting 4 hours for recovery, or happy that we had an excuse to miss dinner with the in-laws. Oh, so the in-laws weren't with you yet, but you were on your way to meet them. As I say, because being trapped 4 hours, on the roadside, when you were already dreading going to dinner with the in-laws, that would be kind of rough. But yeah, if you just had to miss seeing them at all, and you didn't want that, then yeah, you're in good shape. Oh, by the way, Keith is having potato pie, meat and potato pie for dinner this evening. I hope that is lovely. Down says, wow, I have a 20-plus-year-old Polo and has only just done 100K. Downs, what is a Polo in the context of cars, is that a standard type of car I should be familiar with? Because when you said polo, my brain went to a shirt. So then I'm wondering if I missed a joke. Oh, nice shot. I have a 10-year-old VW Polo. That's the name of a car, is a Polo that has 95K on the clock, and the garage valued my car at 2.5K. What? So what is the VW Polo? What? VW Polo. Huh. This looks like a... Well, it looks like the new ones are kind of SUV-y like. Oh, no, that's a... Okay, that's not even a Polo. That's why. All right, here we go. Wikipedia. Volkswagen Polo. A hatchback, saloon, and estate variants. It's a B-segment car. Whatever that means. They've been sold since 1975, and they're still available. Interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of a Polo. Superphonic is here. Hello. Thank you for being here for the gaming, or for the second hour of Gaming Morning Show.
Nice chat!
Superphonic says, nothing on a Punto, though. We Brits love our hatchbacks. Hey, my Nissan Leaf is a hatchback, so we're technically hatchback brothers. When you think about it. Mine is the MK5 Polo specific. Keith Anthony, you have a Mortal Kombat 5 Polo? Polo is a classic. What's the VW Fox? I've never heard of the... Okay, here, I'll give you some VW models I have heard of. That might save us some time. There's, of course, the VW Bus, the VW Beetle. There's also the VW Golf. We have Golfs, which is definitely kind of a hatchbacky. It reminds me of what the old Gremlin looked like. You know, the vehicle that was called the Gremlin. There's a Jetta, Volkswagen Jetta. Volkswagen, still Jetta. And then there's like some SUVs like the Tyrion or something like that I've heard of. I've never heard of the Polo nor the Fox. But it sounds like you're just making up car names. Polo is a little Golf. Huh. How's it going? Superfox says, I have a Mazda now. I miss Penny the Punto. Is it pronounced Punto? Because I think Punto in Spanish is a bad word. I could be making this up. Holy cow. We went down a very big tangent there. I hope you held on to both sides for the entire duration of that flight. Because, damn, that was an adventure we just went on. Yeah, when you were talking about Polo, I was like, what? Listen, all right, so I will give you something to think about. Because Down said, this whole thing started because Down said, I have a 20-year-old Polo and has only done just about 100K. Yeah, so both of our vehicles, we have a 2012 Kia SUV, and we have a 2013 Nissan Leaf. Both of those cars now are over 175,000 miles. The Kia is about 200K, and that is in about 10 years. The reason for this is because we've driven a lot, and my commute every single day at minimum was about 88 miles for a while. So if you do 88 miles a day, 5 days a week for 52 weeks in a year, I was driving around 22,880 miles, and that is just the bare minimum. So, which is why we got the electric car. It was great. Didn't pay for gas that whole time. You name your cars. We have Mabel the Mazda. My wife was into naming cars when I first met her, and I thought it was silly. So now my next question for you all, how many of you name your cars? Is that something many of you do? All right, let me see. Do you name your car? Let's see. All right, we're going to put a poll up on Twitter. I want to put the poll up right here on the show, but no. How about, do you give your car a name? All right. That poll is out there now. And we have a way to show you that poll right here. You don't have to vote on Austin's. You can vote on ours. Perfect. Vote at Watch GMS. Do you name your car? Or do you give your car a name? Link said, I named my car. It's Tony the Ford. See, if I had a Ford, I would be so tempted to name it Harrison. Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford. All right, I'm going to cast my vote. No. Does this not automatically refresh? Ah, there it is. All right. So no is winning. I'll make this super easy. Do you give your car a name? There, you can vote right there. All right, 7:29. Holy cow! It is now 10:30 out on the East Coast. 3:30 for those watching GMS in the afternoon. Doo-doo-doo. Superfox going to the lurk mode. Time for my last meeting of the day. I don't name my cars, but my Morris Minor came with a name before I got it. I have forgotten what it was though. Yeah, my wife's first car's name was Exton because that was what the license plate spelled. Oregon's license plate convention is 3 numbers, three letters. And so the last 3 letters of her license plate were XTN. So, yeah. All right. You can answer our question on Twitter. Let's give you 10 facts about penguins. This comes to you courtesy of worldanimalprotection.us. Today is National Penguin Day. And so we are asking you questions like, what's your favorite animal? 10 facts about penguins. Did you know that penguins primarily live in the southern hemisphere? Read and learn more about our feathered friends. This was written by the employee, posted on April 25th, 2022 by former employee Hannah Goldstein in the Animals in the Wild blog. I like how they specify that this person was a former employee. Penguins are famous for their black and white coloring and ability to exist in some of the coldest parts of the world. But what else do you know about penguins? Read on to learn where these birds live, where they come from, and why their populations are on the decline. 1. Penguins don't have teeth. Oh! This whole time we were talking about penguins not having tongues, they have no teeth. Still, it can be scary the first time you see inside of a penguin's mouth, complete with serrated ridges on the top of their mouth that can be used to break up foods. So, do they not have tongues? I think we're inconclusive so far. All right, number 2 on this list, again, fun facts about penguins. 2. Penguins are only found in the southern hemisphere. Again, while you may think that penguins are found anywhere cold, they primarily live in a variety of different climates across the southern hemisphere. Only the Galapagos penguin has been found north of the equator. 3. There are apparently 18 species of penguin. Now, this is according to the list, highly debated. Traditionally, the number of worldwide penguin species had been listed at 17, but in 2006, it was changed to 18 when the rockhopper penguin began to be recognized as 2 distinct species. There was the southern rockhopper and the northern rockhopper. Scientists around the world have begun to look more closely at penguins and realize that there might be more species or subspecies too. I'm a north-going Zax and I'm a south-going Zax. And I will never yield, as I have learned this in Zax-going school, or something along those lines. It's a Dr. Seuss book.
4.
Penguins originated in Australia. Common ancestor of the modern penguins first appeared on the coast of Australia, New Zealand, and some South Pacific islands 22 million years ago.
5.
The smallest penguin is only a foot tall. Oh, the little penguin. That's literally what it apparently is called. It stands at an adorable 12 to 14 inches tall. Though they may be small, the author writes they spend most of their time frolicking in the ocean. That's good.
6.
Penguins are monogamous. Bum, 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 bum. Monogamous. Bum, 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 bum. But only for a season. And then after breeding season is over, they can choose a different mate. So you can pick the same partner the next year, or you can have a redraw. It's like a draft every year.
7.
The largest living penguin is the emperor penguin, which grows up to 45 inches tall. Stands nearly about 4 feet in height. In fact, fossil evidence shows that the human-sized penguins existed about 30 million years ago. Could you imagine running into a human-sized penguin? That would be awkward. Number 8, a group of penguins in the water is called a raft, and on land, the group is called a waddle.
8.
That is damn adorable. Have you ever seen a waddle of penguins? Oh, look, here comes a raft of penguins. And then they jump onto land. It's like, now it's a waddle of penguins. Number 9.
9.
Penguins cannot fly, which I think I knew before this. The wings more specifically have evolved for swimming.
1. 0.
And last but not least, the penguin populations are declining. Again, this list is from April of 2022. In fact, the African penguin and the Galapagos penguin have both seen such rapid population declines in recent years that they are now considered endangered. All right, there you go. That is your list of top facts about penguins, including the one, as Unknown Story asked, what about a penguin-sized human? Not making the list, but if you want to read more about a human-sized penguin, then you can by going to that list if you want to see more. All right, we're asking you on our Twitter handle, WatchGMS, do you give your car a name? So if you want to figure that out and let us know, you can. We did share out the poll, right? Yeah, it's right there. Okay. Do you give your car a name? There, you can vote right there. I don't think you have to have Twitter to vote. Maybe you do. I don't know. So, wait, if they exist at the same time, I guess penguins were human-sized and vice versa. Let's see, the population or the time frame in which there was a human-sized penguin was 30 million years ago. So I'm guessing that's not the case. Fairly sure they have tongues. All right. You know, I have a great idea. First off, do penguins have tongues? A penguin tongue, though lacking size... Nope. Read better. A penguin's tongue, though lacking taste buds, have large keratinized bristles that help grip the krill and fish as it enters the mouth. Okay. Yeah, they have tongues. Oh, yeah. Ooh, gross. Picture a penguin tongue. Gross. Gross.
It's time for Ask Jeff. It's time for Ask Jeff. Ask Jeff.
Oh, boo. Boo earns. Boo earns. As guys, Jeff gives his cars names. See, I'm telling you, this poll's got to end up being no. It's got to be. All right, 7:37 on this morning radio show that plays games. I have a couple bonus facts about penguins. Earlier, we told you that today is National Penguin Day. Many penguin colonies have been lost to climate change. It's estimated that half the population of emperor penguins will vanish by the end of the century, according to nationaltoday.com. But here are some pretty cool things to know about penguins. That they kidnap chicks, according to nationaltoday.com. When a female emperor penguin's baby dies, she will often kidnap an unrelated chick. That's super, super sad. Macaroni penguins rule. The penguin species with the highest population is the macaroni penguin with 11 million pairs. I wonder, or is that a macaroni penguin? Macaroni penguin. Oh yeah, that's just kind of your run-of-the-mill penguin. Look at that. Yeah, it's not bad. It's got a cool, like, patch of yellow hair on the top, which is neat. Also, the fastest penguin, the Gentoo penguin, reaches speeds of up to 22 miles per hour. Oh! Unknown Story says they have little macaroni here. Maybe that's why. In fact, let me read. Adults, blah, 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 blah. Diet consists of this, blah, 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 blah. Description, blah, blah, blah. Large crested penguin. Okay, varieties, blah, 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 blah. The head, something, something. Black plumage, something, something, something. Bulbous, blah, blah, blah. Macaroni penguin multi-year process where they replace their old feathers. Depends if it takes about 3 to 4 weeks. Survival weight. Okay, it doesn't say why. But. Oh, wait, here we go. The common name was recorded from the early 19th century in the Falkland Islands. English sailors apparently named the species for its conspicuous yellow crest. It is similar to the then fashionable macaroni. Oh, that hairstyle. So it's designed to be kind of like the old style, like judgy, macaroni hairstyle. We're learning so much on this morning radio show that plays games. All right. If you want to vote for the poll, you can, again, go to @WatchGMS on Twitter. That's the way to do it.
You can news if you wanna.
All right, 7:40 on this morning radio show that plays games. Here's the story that we're tracking at this hour on a Friday. Earlier, we told you a story of a great white shark that was reeled in by somebody on a fishing boat who was just 12 years old, and they actually got it into the boat. They tagged it for researchers, and they sent it back out. So that's one story we told you about already. This one comes to you courtesy of Ben Hooper of UPI, and it is a story of a Kentucky school that had an escaped snake. But don't worry, the snake has been found. It only took 3 months. According to the story, a snake escaped its terrarium at a Kentucky school. It's now been found just a few feet away from her former home. It just took 3 months. A science teacher in Louisville said the corn snake, which has been dubbed gummy worm by his 6th graders, escaped from her terrarium in the classroom shortly after she was first brought to the school in September. Quote, "I think I just didn't put a lid on secure enough." Good, one job. Months went by, and despite the discovery of snakeskin in the classroom, there were no gummy worm sightings. Until early January, the school said a 12-year-old found gummy worm wrapped around a heater under a sink in the classroom after students returned from holiday break. Quote, "Thirsty, yet unharmed, gummy worm has been safely returned to her terrarium," they said in a Facebook post. Also said gummy worm's terrarium has now been reinforced with a more heavy-duty lid. Probably a good idea, although I'm guessing a corn snake is super harmless, right? I feel bad. Always worry about all the snakes being dangerous. Oh yeah, I think corn snakes look a lot like copperhead snakes, and so therefore they often get, like, murdered, basically. The corn snake is beneficial to humans because it helps to control populations of wild rodent pests that damage crops and disease. It's a very beautiful snake. Look at the color on that snake. Not bad. It's like a very vibrant brown and gold. Unknown Story says, stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Are you telling me that's what that damn line of Yankee Doodle means? Because I have always wondered that. I'm like, that is the silliest line to have ever had been placed in a song. And you're telling me that's what it means? Booze, Jeff. Yeah. I mean, I think it's ridiculous. We have one of the best ever Ask Jeffs ever. What, 2 days ago? And now Jeff doesn't answer today. It's a damn shame. Well, that's not a good start. Oh, I overshot the... Okay, good. We got our extra team. By the way, next hour, we're going to keep working on the Spellbound event in Apex Legends, because I want to do that more than I want to advance my Rocket Pass, so I'm going to work on that. I won a game the other day. I was streaming at facebook.com/heftygoof, and ended up winning a game. But what was frustrating, and I have this clipped, and I haven't figured out, just being less familiar with the Facebook platform overall, but I'm trying to figure out. I had a Sentinel with it amped. You know, I had a shield cell that I had used to amp up the damage, and I hit somebody 119 for what I think is a headshot because the numbers were gold, and then a little bit later put a little bit more damage on someone, and then hit somebody with a headshot again. And so even by that measurement, I should have been at like 238 minimum, and I ended the game with like 138 damage. And so I was wondering, well, no, I was wondering if, like, because I didn't down them. Oh wait, I did down the second person. They were popping a battery. So because I downed the second person, does it not count you know, the full damage that a Sentinel headshot can do, because they were not actually, you know, that built up in terms of their health? I don't know, I was just kind of curious about that. So I'm going to try to find the clip, or I have the clip. I'm going to try to cut it up so that someone doesn't have to watch 4 minutes of, you know, gameplay to answer my question. Unknown Story is giving me a 1 of 2 part message, so I'm going to wait for Unknown Story to finish that thought. We've been talking about vacuum cleaners today because I had got this really cool desktop vacuum cleaner. Now it turns out that it's going to murder all my electronics, and it's completely worthless to me now. Nice shot. So it looks like if you want an ESD safe vacuum for computer internals, you're going to have to pay around $150 to $200. You can get a duster only blows air for around $100. Seems like DataVac is the brand you want to be on the lookout for. Some people say normal vacuuming is fine as long as you never touch the internals with plastic accessories. That goes for brushes especially. Great, because what I did, Unknown Story, is I vacuumed the inside of my streaming computer with a brushed, non-ESD safe vacuum. So basically, I did the exact opposite of what you just informed me I should be doing. And now my computer is going to die. It's right. Computers are super cheap. I'll just go get another one. Terrifying. Good morning and nice chat to Austin Attack. So glad that you were here on National Penguin Day.
Nice chat!
Because Austin's had a long history with penguins.
Mister, I am Austin Attack. I speak for the penguins. I speak for the penguins, for the penguins have no tongues. And I'm asking you, random tech support guy, at the top of my lungs, what's that thing you've made out of my club penguin?
We have also been talking about, do you give your car a name, Austin Attack? So let's start off with, what is your favorite animal? And then, of course, do you give your car a name? And if you do, what is the name of your car? You know, like, we've had Superphonic tell us that the Mazda that Super currently drives is Mabel the Mazda. Unknown Story says you played computer roulette and won this time. It won't be that easy in the future, hefty goof. I think I've talked about this, but I found myself when screwing up something, like I burn food, or I forget to put the lid on something, or I trip and fall. I'll be like, come on, Hefty, do better. I talk to myself now in my video game's name. Austin, Texas, my favorite animal is a tiger. My car's name has been Jack, Ryan, Lucian, and my new car's name is Alex. I think he hasn't told me yet. Oh, so what you're saying is you don't give the car a name. The car lets you know what their name is. I almost said it's. I don't know what you would recommend. Is your car a, you know, them? Is it personified? Or is it an it's? How should I refer your car? Oh, we have a he. Okay, I do, but if he doesn't like it, we can change it. Okay. So, do you talk to the vehicle? Do you have conversations? How do you come to know that the car does not in fact like his name? Austin says, of course I do. Yes, of course. Of course, of course, of course. All right, well, you should vote on our poll then, at Watch GMS. If it doesn't feel right. Okay. I think you and Hefty Wife would get along. Shot through the... Oh, sorry. Shot through the hood, and you're to blame. Honey, you give cars a bad name. That was an old, like, common pep band song. Oh, what a save. Nice try. Austin, Texas, I tell him good job if he drives good through some bad weather, or if I do a bad job, I apologize. I'm getting concerned now that I bit off a little more than I can chew when it comes to the whole naming of a car thing. I thought this was going to be simply a discussion of if you name your car or not, not how much you talk to your car. Now I'm realizing that I am definitely not doing what others are. I guess each their own. Does the car talk back to you? You need to be nice to your machines. Awesome. I'm learning so much. I guess it makes sense because eventually going to be our overlords.
Maybe it was Skynet.
No, it's more like I just know what he's saying, you know? Unknown Story says, I would never tell Austin her names are bad. Did I say the names are bad? I mean, I like Jack, Ryan, Lucian, and Alex. Those are all great names. Okay, here's another question. If you do name your car, does the car's name have to be alliterative? So, for example, if you drive a Honda Accord, would you name your Honda Accord an A name? Like Alan Accord. That's true. I did say, as I sang Bon Jovi. Oh, it is a bad name. You changed the lyrics. You're cracked. Nice work, Unknown Story. I sang, you give cars a bad name. I did say that. He who might not be named. No, I have a Honda Civic Sport. Oh, I'm not saying you have a Honda Accord. I'm saying, does it have to be alliterative? Oh, you said your current car is named Alex. So it'd be Alex Civic Sport. Is Honda included in the official name? What's the birth certificate say? So many questions. But right now it's 7:52 West Coast time. It is 10:52 out east. It is 3:52 for those watching GMS in the afternoon. It's time for sports. Nice chat and hello to Chris M.E. My Toyota Corolla is named Corolla. Does that count as a name then? Is that the default name, or are you deciding that its name is Corolla? So many questions. All right, sports, briefly. I will give you any of the headlines that I see quickly from CBS Sports. King Gray is our sports sponsor. Thank you to King Gray. Find King Gray on the internet. NFL cracking down after teams are caught violating a rule. This is according to John Breach, 17 hours ago. Eagles, others caught violating this obscure rule. They asked officials to start watching kick holders, more closely, make sure they're not using illegal foreign objects, according to the Football Zebras, which is apparently a website. The rule that teams have been violating is 11-4-5, which states that, quote, no article of any type may be placed on the field or used in any manner to assist a player in the execution of a field goal or an extra point attempt. Apparently, the Cowboys holder usually grabs a blade of grass and puts it down in front of them, so he knows exactly where to put the football down when he's holding. Interesting. Okay. There's a headline that says Panthers in violation of NFL rules regarding head coaching search. I'm not going to open that one, but that's one you can read at cbssports.com. Everything else looks kind of opinion-y, editorial, something like that. But here's some of your scores from yesterday. Thursday scores. Yesterday in the NHL, your Seattle Kraken won in overtime over New Jersey 4-3. Meanwhile, Dallas on the road beat Chris M.E.'s LA Kings 4-0. A 4-0 shutout for Detroit on the road. Detroit, Washington, Anaheim, Boston, Chicago, Florida, all road winners, while Toronto, Carolina, St. Louis, Buffalo, Edmonton, and the aforementioned Kraken won games at home. In the NBA, Chicago, Boston, Phoenix, Minnesota, and Philadelphia, all winners. Philadelphia beat Portland 105-95. Phoenix took care of Brooklyn 117-112. Your top four teams each conference NBA side: Celtics, Bucks, Sixers, Nets in the Eastern Conference, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Kings, Pelicans in the Western Conference. The Kings are third place. Damn. There you go. That is your sports this weekend NFL playoffs, including your Philadelphia Eagles playing football on Saturday? Yeah, they'll play at 5:15 p.m. Pacific time against the Giants. Austin Tack says, quote, go Birds. Jacksonville will be at Kansas City before that at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. And then on Sunday, noon Pacific time, Cincinnati at Buffalo, and Dallas at San Francisco at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. All right, let's see. Papa Paz is here. Nice chat to you, Papa Paz. Appreciate you stopping by.
Nice chat.
Also, Tracer, nice chat to you. Happy Friday, everyone, says Tracer. Papa Paz says, Chloe the Pontiac Sunfire was a beaut, and now I have Viola the Sportage. Interesting. It's Copia is here as well.
Nice chat.
Official jester tester of Gaming Morning Show. What is going on? So many of you name your cars. I need you all to vote on this poll at Watch GMS, because there's way too many of you who say, yes, you name your cars. And I just have a feeling that that's going to murder my viewpoint, which is absolutely not. Although, I don't know, Chris, where would you fall in this? You said more like a factory given name or given factory name. But yeah, would you consider that the name of your car? Or is that me saying like, hey, I'm driving Leaf today? So, Tracer says, wait, you guys have cars? Copia says, my car's name is Invisible. Mine too. Nice line. Huh. Interesting. All right. 7:57. When we come back, we'll have the final hour crew will play Words on Stream. Since Sean is not here, I don't want to have any chance for us to ruin our all-time best streak ever, and don't let the person floating from the balloons fall in the monster's mouth. So we'll do that coming up next hour. We'll also talk more about penguins. It's National Penguin Day, so let us know what your favorite animal is. And we'll come back with more, including the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming Re-News. It all happens next on this Friday, January 20th, 2023 edition of Gaming Morning Show on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. It'd still be on.
It is still on.
Yeah. So we used to watch it back in the day. I do seem to matriculate more to fast-paced dancing as opposed to slower pace. So I will admit that.
Gotcha. Like Riverdance.
See, Riverdance is fascinating. How do they stay floating the whole time? They never touch the ground. Like Broadway musical, like choreography, fascinating. Like just in the amount of work that goes into it too, just absolutely fascinating. So, yeah. Drew Mega says breakdancing is my favorite type. I did a fair amount of it when I was a teen. If I try it now, I'll literally break my body.
That sounds right.
Yeah. This is the most literal use of
Correct.
ever. It's like even more of an artificial substance. Well, mayonnaise is an artificial substance. Mayonnaise is just buttermilk and ranch, right? Yeah, but I know I've heard like it described as kind of like Q-hip, but mayonnaise Q-hip. I don't know if that's true. So, anyway, long story short, I don't need a lot of mayonnaise on my sandwich. I understand why people like it. Link says, used to. I'm in Colorado now because of the Army. Actually kind of prefer Miracle Whip to mayo. It's got more flavor. Mayo over Miracle Whip for Drew Mega. Team Mayo from Link. Okay. So, this proves the point. 2 out of 1 GMS audience members prefers mayo over Miracle Whip. I'm happy we had a scientific poll that we can just immediately extrapolate to the entire audience. Film. She's told me frequently how much she loves Frozen and thinks it's the most perfect story of all time.
Never, ever, ever have I said
Mules are better than horses.
Bob liked Frozen as well. So. Oh, Mel B said something about polar bears. That's a good guess.
Bears aren't real. They're just humans in bear suits.
that. Literally.
Especially pandas.
There's no way pandas are real.
Not polar bears, though.
No, polar bears are real, and they're dying.
Dying to meet you at polarbearsonly.com.
No, polar bear will kill you.
Well, I mean, they're hungry.
They'll kill you. A black bear probably won't kill you unless you, like, try to hurt it. Black bear will just be like, oh, what are you doing over there? And you'll be like... And he'll be like... And you'll be like... And then he'll be like, okay. And he'll leave.
It's like a teddy bear that she knows. And then you pause, it's like, oh, no stranger teddy bears.
It's good to see everyone. Downs has a question for Sean's stream. I'll ask you about that coming up in just a moment. Austin Attack 12 says, you're lucky I have to go. We're never lucky when Austin has to go. Copia says, I'd like to hug a manatee.
Ooh. Manatee. I've been watching, I got in some sort of algorithm, and I've been fed a bunch of beluga whale videos. Now I want to hug a beluga whale.
Beluga.
There's one where there's a beluga whale that's just messing with a seagull, like swimming up beneath it and just like gently biting it, like, I'm gonna get you, and then it swims away and it goes back up and it bites it, and then the seagull had a fish at one point, and the whale took the fish and was like teasing the seagull with it. I didn't know they were so like silly and playful. It was great.
Here for this edition of Gaming Morning Show. We'll see you next time. This has been Gaming Morning Show. We're gonna go shake hands with some otters. Think we otter. I'm just kidding. We can come back. A cow mouse from Downs. Although, wait, Gray guessed the Lorax first.
That's a big swing.
I like that guess.
Mister, I am Austin Attack. I speak for the Penguins. I speak for the Penguins have no tongues. And I'm asking you, random tech support guy, at the top of my lungs, what's that thing you've made out of my Club Penguin?
Sorry, Gray, it was not the Lorax.
No.
Also, I think penguins have tongues.
J.G. Catsworth, 877 cash meow, 877 cash meow, 877 cash meow, 877 cash meow. Back streets back, all right! Don't dare ask about the chicken buffet incident. Does anyone have my Dr. Squatch soap? Coming up on Gaming Morning Show, Words on Stream, and GMS Morning Gaming Renews. Get ready for your takeaways that were pretty okay, and the clip of the day. Join our Discord, become a Patreon, go to gms.watch and click on where to find GMS. It's all coming up on Gaming Morning Show. Time for hour number 3, right now.
Morning, gamer. Welcome back. Gaming Morning Show continues. Thank you so much for being here. It is Friday, January 20th, 2023. I am Hefty Goof. Sports.gaming is out because COVID is hitting the Doc Gaming house, but hopefully we'll have Sean back sooner than later. You can follow us at WatchGMS on Twitter. I am Hefty Goof. Sports.gaming, of course, the handle for Sean on Twitter. You can also find us on Instagram at Gaming Morning Show. We are asking you a Twitter poll this morning. Do you give your car a name? And for this, we had to go to a different source.
Hefty Goof with Hefty Wife. Okay, there's a whole bunch of discussion this morning about naming cars. What is your opinion on should you name your vehicle?
Absolutely.
But dear God, why?
Why not?
Because it's a vehicle. It's inanimate.
Yes, but it's still your vehicle. And it has feelings.
Do you talk to your car?
I do. Why wouldn't I?
Do you tell your car that it does a good job?
Yes, sometimes.
Oh my God.
But that's why you name them.
Immediately after I stopped that recording, I said, Austin and you might be best friends. All right, there you go. Do you give your car a name? And apparently not a factory-based name. Go to our Twitter poll. There are way too many of you talking about this in chat who have not voted on this poll. Here, I told you I'd make it super easy. Okay, do you give your car a name? Bam. You can vote. Just click that link. That's all you have to do. All right. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Coming up in about 15 minutes from now, I'm going to play Apex Legends because I very much want to continue trying to see if I can actually complete an event for once in my life. So I'm going to try to do some Spellbound. Also, we'll play Words on Stream like very momentarily. First,
welcome in, Final Hour crew.
It is great to see the Final Hour crew here with us this morning. Appreciate it on the last show of the week. Wow, it's Friday already. Hope your weekend plans are looking pretty okay. I am JF Downs, official cartographer and diagramographer of Gaming Morning Show, is in the chat. We'll be streaming later today around noon Pacific time. So if you'd be so kind as to hit I am JF Downs with a follow if you don't already, that would be amazing. Tracer is here. It's good to see you. Austin Attack 12 says, next you're going to tell me you don't talk to your stuffed animals, Hefty. I only talk to my puppet pal. Apollo is here. I get Apollo. It is good to see you. It's Copia, Link, Papa Paws. It is great to see you. Ambassador of the Final Hour crew, Chris M. Yee is here.
Mayor of the Internet.
It is good to see you. Chris M. Yee streaming tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific time, I'm guessing, with the Clip M. Yee show. RHS Jacket is great to see you. It says you name a boat, you name a sword, you name a gun. If it is magic, why not name a car? Fair enough. Who else is with us this morning? It's great to see many of you. We've seen the likes of Unknown Stories help me out with vacuum cleaners and learning about how static electricity could be impactful for your computer, and that I won computer cleaning roulette, which makes me feel pretty okay. If I missed your name, if you're lurking and listening, thank you so much for being here. I believe I saw Superphonic earlier. Keith Anthony was in the chat as well. So again, happy FHC to you all. Chris M.E. says, it's Clip M.E. tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Best show on the internet. Check it out, please, if you'd be so kind. All right, if you've never played Words on stream before, this is how it works. We are going to show you a sequence of letters, and from that you have to try to type into the chat the words that you see, and if you get them correct, you get a padlock on your screen. Okay, just remember that. And if you have the padlock, you cannot get another one right. We've had a lot of new players to the game, and so that was getting frustrating for people. So wait till the padlock disappears from your name before you hit submit on your next word. Everyone got it? Great, hopefully. This is the first round of Words on stream. Oh no! Oh no! All right, let's refresh. I forgot. You have to give it a new link every time. This is why don't let the person floating from the balloons fall in the monster's mouth is better. Okay. We're gonna kill that game. We're gonna get a new link. And here we go. All right, we're ready to go. You're gonna see them. Just start again typing them into the chat. OWFEKRIR are your first 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 letters, and then we'll give you updates. You earn stars, and there's not a prize for the champion except our respect and admiration. Austin Tech says there's definitely dog channels on Roku. That is true. I was visiting my friend Larry when I went to my last Broncos game in mid-December, and Larry's mom has 3 dogs, and when they leave for the day, they actually put on the TV for the pups. And it's not just dog TV, but just Roku. So everyone's guessing letters. We've already had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including the big swing from Copia. Hit the dash already.
That's a big swing.
Copia's a firework. Jack says bad people. Bad people don't talk to their stuffed animals or don't leave the stereo on when they go out so the animals aren't lonely. I'm sorry, what? Austin texted exactly. Tracer, people who don't talk to their stuffed animals are nuts. What? Tracer says, wait, who is not talking to their stuffed animals? What? Down says, I don't give it a name, but I talk to it and say thank you. I'm not crazy. I've learned so much about our audience today. Nice work. Link got 4. Jack got Rife. We already have Austin attack 12 with Fork, Woke, and War. And now hits Worker for a big 6 point. I don't know how we actually rate this game. 6 star. I think you get a star per letter, maybe? I don't know how it works, but you can. You can figure it out. We're still missing some 4-letter words between Rife and Wire. Again, if you didn't know this, they are in alphabetical order. And so you can figure out between Rife and Wire, there's another word in there. It's Copia just guessed the word forker.
Funk.
No, I didn't say funk. I said forker.
Funk.
Meet the Forkers. Okay, wow. That was intense. We skipped 2 levels, though. Our leader, after level number 1, is Austin Attack 12 with an 18-star lead over its Copia. A monstrous start for Austin Attack 12. Link is on the podium right behind Copia from 31 stars down to 18. Tracer and Jack are on the board. Yesterday, we had at least 9 or 10 participants. It was a very long list, and Copia has already cited what Hey It's Brendan TTV did yesterday, which was the internet can be rough in some places. So best of luck to you as we move to level number 3. Austin Attack, again, your leader through 1 round. Good luck. Good luck. Unknown Story. Forker, well, you know the rest. I didn't know. Okay, what is this is why I type so much in the morning. My battery is dead constantly the moment I get off the air. Forker definition. Let's see if Merriam-Webster has it. They have fork, and then a verb, forked, forking, or forks, and then there is a noun, forker. I'm guessing the definition of that is one who forks. Down said the same thing, one that forks. All right, we got Copia with begs. Austin Attack with best. Gets from Link. Austin has gigs. Jack has gist. And then biggest from Copia for the big swing. Bites. And Austin Attack gets bets. That means we are good to go to the next round. Eggs from Unknown Story. Those are hard to find. Both in the puzzle form, but also in the great egg shortage of 2023. Chris M.E. says, Mother Forker. That is the mom of one who forks. That's my takeaway. That's pretty okay already. I had no clue. That there was a noun forker. Downs gets site. S-I-T-E. We had bits from Austin Attack. Gits. G-I-T-S. From Copia. We only have 3 for a clean board. Anyone want to guess the final 3? We have 2 4-letter words and 1 5-letter word. The 4-letter word, one of them is between gets and gigs. How about Gibbs? G-I-B-S, maybe? Wow. Another great round. Your leader, as we skip 2 more levels, finding all but 3 of our words, is Austin Attack 12, but the gap has narrowed between Austin Attack and Copia because Copia wins level number 3 by 6 stars, and so your gap is 73 to 61, a total of 12 stars atop the leaderboard. Link has an 11-star round, stays steady, and Link is now in 3rd, remains in 3rd, in fact, and has a 17-star cushion between Jack, the Caboose crew, right now is Unknown Story, and I Am JF Downs, of course, the Lucy the First Memorial Caboose crew. All right, let's move on and see how many more stars we can get. We probably have 2 more rounds. Time allotted for 2 more rounds. No fake letters. No other distractions. It's just straight up words on stream. A 7-letter board this time. An Unknown Story opens things up with Lair. Liar from Austin Attack 12. And then Railway. Copia is 3 for 3 with the big swings this morning. Cracked. We have Airway from Gabe Pride. Good morning to Gabe Pride, our guest on yesterday's show with 5 questions GMS. Be sure to tune in today.
Hello, FHC.
Hello, FHC to you, Gabe Pride. 3 p.m. Pacific time today for the Gabe Pride charity stream, part of the Stream Supreme Drag Pageant that's going on right now. Stream for a cause. Gaming Mag is going to, I believe, announce the winners of the pageant, but it starts today at 3 p.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/Gabe Pride. You can find out more by going to twitter.com/Gabe Pride 27. Rail from Copia. Wary from Link. Some of the recent finds. An Unknown Story found Weary. W-I-R-Y. Gabe Pride goes with Wary. It was just behind Link's guess. Rally from Austin Attack 12. We're missing a second L. We are 10 short to getting out of this level. Things are starting to get a little hectic. It's getting kind of hectic. It's getting. Whale from Gabe Pride adds more stars to the board. I don't know how the scoring works in this game, but I do know that we're 3 away from our goal. If you want to stay alive, can someone find another word? There's no whirl because there's no H. Lair, L-A-I-R, has been found. Larry from Downs. Rare. Is that a rye? Maybe it's a rye. I don't know. Hey, Copia, save the day. We got 11 of 21 words. We get to go to the next level. We stay to fight another day, but there has been a flip atop the leaderboard as we head into our final game of the day. Copia has a 4-star pad over Austin Attack 12. Link remains and is now comfortably in 3rd after a 20-star round. Gabe Pride shows up, picks up 19 stars, and leaps to 5th on the leaderboard. Unknown Story, Austin Attack with 14 and 11 stars respectively in the round. Austin Attack still has a chance for today's Words on Stream Cup, which is a fictional item. We don't actually have a cup to give you, but you have our love and admiration. Here you go. Final round. Let's see how you all do. Can we get to the next level? And who will win Copia with a narrow lead over the top of Austin Attack 12? Cracked! Who will be the crackedest? Potentially. I want a real cup, says Copia. Austin Attack says Optimus Rhyme won. We have Moist as a guest from Jack. That did not hit, but Trim from Jack did. Trip from Austin Attack 12 did hit as well. Unknown Story with Prim. And then Port from Unknown Story. But once again, a big swing.
Now that's a big swing.
And import hits for Copia, Gay Pride with Romp. We already saw Trip, as we mentioned. There's one up between Trim and Trip. Try Trio. There's a free one for you. Trio. Trio. Whoever's internet is better will get that freebie. Prom from Gabe Pride. Nice find. I'm going to a prom. Not a real prom, but a grown-up prom. Link gets the freebie with Trio. Tromp from Copia. Downs has Omit. We are 2 words away from a clean board. Who will settle it? There's still time remaining. It's between Romp and Trim and Prom and Romp. Port was a good guess. Riot! Copia gets on the board. Again. Looks like Copia might have sealed things with that particular guess. It's between Romp and Trim, alphabetically. Torp? Is that a word? T-O-R-M? Torm? I'm already torn. I'm all out of faith. Your winner, as we got 11 out of 12 in that final round, is Copia. Is your victor today. Copia. A come-from-behind victory for Copia. Austin Attack 12 adds 6 more stars in the final round, finishes second overall. A distance between Austin Attack and Link, who finishes third. Nice work. Your Lucy the First Memorial Caboose crew is Downs and Tracer, with Downs leading the way 10 stars after a 6-star round. RHS Jack, honorable mention, with 6 stars as well in level number 6 to finish with 18 stars overall. And that is how we play Words on Stream. Thank you for participating in our audience game today on Gaming Morning Show. All right, it's Apex Legends the rest of the way for me. I have to try to just, play matches and get damage and stuff. All I want to do is try to see how close I am to completing the Spellbound event and try to get some sort of semblance of stuff. I don't know. I don't usually participate in many of the events, so because I started, I kind of want to see if I can at least get through one whole thing. Link says, got to do it out of spite, Copia. As Copia said, I'd like to thank my English teacher for never believing in me. Never. Not once. No belief from Copia's English teacher. Sadness. Would like to remind you, and in fact, I am reminding you, that we have GMS Tuesday nights coming up. This upcoming Tuesday. It's going to be GMS Plays Live, pending a physical. And by physical, I mean if Sports.Gaming is feeling okay. If Sports.Gaming is not feeling okay, then there won't be a show, because I'm doing basketball that night. I have plans. So, hopefully, Sports.Gaming is feeling good enough, and we can see God of War Ragnarok and potentially the GMS debut of Sports.Wife. Those two have definitely played the game together and been on stream with one another on Sports.Gaming's Twitch channel. But this would be the first time, I believe, that Sports.Wife would have made an appearance on GMS. So you could be part of history if you tune in. 8 p.m. Pacific time coming up on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube Gaming Morning Show. That's how I got English grades in the end, with spite. All right. Let's see how things go. I also realized, after trying to play this event, how much I have not enjoyed not playing ranked because I have to play on this silly level. Okay, that helps. I need a weapon.
I know. These accessories are to die for.
Not this weapon.
I don't hold back. We're already inside the next ring. There better be some good loot around. Reloading. Recharging my shields. Reloading.
Target spotted.
Reloading. Recharging shields.
I've added a variable.
Oh, heavy. Oh.
Enemy here.
Oh, nice. They died because of the gas. Wingman, the only weapon you need. That is a damn lie, but I appreciate your support. Alright, got a good shield. I at least find a different weapon that I prefer to use, which would be the... Oh gosh, I don't really like any of these. It's gonna be you.
We find ourselves inside. The trap is set. Data soon to follow.
And I guess I'll take more sniper bullets. I dislike how the wingman is categorized as a sniper.
Shooting. Enemy over here.
Oh jeez, the whole team is here. I didn't hear the person to my right. I was only worried about the about. Yeah, what a bombardment. Dang. They went after us hard. All right. Shout out to the P2020. Absolutely. Wingman, the only weapon you need. Wrong. It's a Mozambique here. Listen, the fact that we survived as long as we did, I survived as long as I did, that was pretty impressive. All right. Want to give you an update on the poll. I was actually going to stay on the game scene, but I want to give you an update on the poll. We are up to 10 votes now at twitter.com/watchgms. Please vote on this poll. Do you give your car a name? Which is definitely superseded, maybe unintentionally, our question of the day, which is, what is your favorite animal? We recently did what is your favorite animal because it was National Zoo Day or something along those lines. But today's National Penguin Day. If you missed some of the fun facts about it, apparently penguins will kidnap chicks. A female emperor penguin, if its baby dies, it may often kidnap an unrelated chick. The penguin species with the highest population is the macaroni penguin with 11 million pairs. I don't know why do they measure them in pairs? And then the fastest penguin is the Gentoo penguin, which can swim at 22 miles per hour. Today is National Cheese Lovers Day, National DJ Day, DJ Day, Camcorder Day, Inauguration Day, International Day of Acceptance, International Fetish Day, National Charlie Day, National Claudia Day, National Judy Day, National Sebastian Day. It's National Sebastian Day as well. Just remember that. National Sebastian Day.
Don't ask about the crab-stuffed flounder.
Penguin Awareness Day, Take a Walk Outdoors Day. So you have our permission to...
Go lick a tree. You know, the new touch grass.
It is also National Coffee Break Day as well. So... All right, continue to vote. You're invited to share the poll if you are so inclined. You have some options. So, nope. If I'm the jump master and we're on World's Edge, we are going to Geyser. No doubt. It is good to see Element of One. Thank you for being here. Element, are you streaming later today? As Element is often on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So please let us know. Playing Apex, yes. Trying to just get some more tickets for the Spellbound event. I saw the trailer yesterday was out for the newest event, which I was a little surprised or confused. So I thought there's usually an event and then the new season gets ready, but we're still... I got a P2020, the JF Downs Memorial P2020. And then the new event, not new event, the new season takes hold, but we should be, what, February 14th-ish is when I'm guessing the new season comes out? I dropped the JF Downs Memorial P2020.
What treasures will I find here?
I just got a prestigious invite for playing Apex with someone. Heck yeah. Oh, I don't need a barrel stabilizer. I want it, and I'm going to need it, but I don't need it right now, apparently. Alright, I'm gonna go loot up here.
I bet there's some good loot over there.
Did that really hit the...
Extended heavy mag here. Level 3.
Ridiculous.
Picked up some materials.
Prestigious for tonight. Alright, well check it out.
Aren't you sweet? Thank
We got Element of One playing Apex later today. And I will give you the proper shout out in just a moment, unless there is a mod who wants to take care of that for us on Twitch. Alright, my ultimate is ready. Let's get some loot. Look at that beautiful heirloom. I am so happy, and thank you again, Element, all the folks who helped make that happen, because look at that thing. I mean, it's just the best. Alright, I'm gonna pull from the vault unless you all want some stuff.
Shop's open for business.
Perfect. Yeah, so we got into this whole topic of do you name your vehicle, because earlier in the show, our friend JF Downs, and was it Unknown Story or was it Keith talking about buying a new car? No, I was talking about it. We talked about how my car has a good amount of miles on it.
Jump drive in position. Lost one.
Oh, they're on the other side of the rocks.
Attention.
Yikes. Link's got to go by. I hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. What are your weekend plans, chat? Please let us know.
Yes.
I'm going to try to save my friend's life. Oh no! That's trouble. Tried our best. We got two split up. That sucked. All right, 8:30. We have time for a little bit more. We'll see how many tickets I got in that particular one. Jack says, work call. All behaves yourselves a little. We'll do. Last of Us episode 2 for sure. I moved on to season 6 of Suits. There are 9 seasons of Suits. It's kind of nuts. But that's kind of where we're at. I'm going to switch over. We'll play one Arenas game just so that it can hit the clock. 8:31 West Coast time, 11:31 out east. It is 4:31 for those watching GMS in the UK. Doodle-doo. And I hope to see the Bills and Chiefs advance. I am with you on one of those two. It is basically down to 8 teams for the bid to the Super Bowl. And it will not be the Chiefs that I will root for. So Jacksonville, Philadelphia, Giants, fine with any of that. Bills, Bengals, fine with any of that. 49ers, Dallas, I'm fine with any of that. It's anyone but the Chiefs at this point. But I get it. If you're a Steelers fan, you don't want to see the Bengals advance, clearly. What's the dislike for Jacksonville? Why wouldn't you vote for Jacksonville to move on? That's a little surprising. Element says, everyone deserves an heirloom. It made me so happy to get Loba's heirloom because I wanted it for so long. I wanted to see Loba get one. Now Seer has one, which means Seer has one before
for the girl who has everything.
Horizon,
More.
Fuse, and then Seer was after Valkyrie. These are still in order as far as I remember. So there's only 2 legends ahead of Seer that don't have an heirloom, right? Because Watson has the electrometer or whatever. There's the sword thing that Crypto has. Yeah. No dislike, but Bills, Kansas City will be the best AFC championship in my opinion. Whatever. Whatever. Bill's easiest path to the Super Bowl is my ideal situation. So, oh, I picked Loba in arenas. Well, that's kind of silly. I forgot that. I forgot what I was doing. I mean, listen, Loba for life, but Loba is fairly useless in arenas.
It's not just about having it. Get ready.
I remember when I was playing this game a lot with Chrissy Icky, and Chrissy Icky was like, Loba's valuable. Finally, when Loba's cooldown for the ultimate got reduced significantly.
Let's do some shopping.
Probably a better place to put this. Because, yeah, all you can get is the stuff from the kit. Yeah, see, I guess you could wait till
materials.
People die, I suppose. Or until the care package falls in. That's when I should drop the stick. That's a good idea.
Care package on high. Favor from the gods.
I'm gonna go check the spawn really quick and see if there's anyone who's disconnected. I'm gonna flank. They'll never see this coming. Keep in mind, I have my P2020 ready to go.
Tossing thermite.
It's a good thermite.
Tossing thermite.
Nice.
Enemy here. Reloading.
I'm gonna do these for our next round.
Found some materials.
Swear I hear someone. Here's someone healing, but I think that's my teammate. I did check the spawn. Another hard part about playing with Loba is Loba's very jingly.
There's someone here. Let's move. Sure.
And so every noise that it's 3v3 all of you. No, you'll 3v3 all of you. Wish Copia would 3v3 me in Apex. So would I. Copia is cracked when it comes to Apex. Austin, I hope your Apex thing has been going well. I always just like kind of like this combination here. Don't hate it. Don't hate it at all. Another bracelet. Yeah, I'll take another bracelet. All right, yeah, we're in shape there.
Sealed with a kiss.
I don't remember the last time I actually played with Loba in arenas. It's been a while.
Let's explore this way.
Round 2. Going to take a peek over there.
We're gonna Apex on stream tonight. Yes, I mentioned Austin Tech earlier. 4 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be on the on Twitch on the air. So be sure to check that out. It looks like we're gonna get an Apex stream tonight, which is sick. Okay. So wait for the care package this time.
Getting shot at.
Where?
Going to phase.
Marking our surroundings.
I downed an enemy.
Recharging my shields.
Okay, care package is down. There, we got to it though.
For business.
Okay, I'll switch to that. That's fine.
My favorite kind of loot.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots.
Well, that was easy. I do need 2 of you to be on my team, though. I do love a custom arena as a thing, too. Wait, custom arenas is a thing now? What? When did that change?
Match point. Aura Center
I'll go with that. I still like the car. The car is a very good weapon. Last Tuesday. Oh, look at you, Copia, with all the knowledge and stuff. Hefty goof. Get out of here, hefty goof.
Round 3. Expose their imperfections.
Oh, we're gonna go explore this way. Okay, deal. Bet.
Activating jump drive.
Oh, nice. Good scan. Oh, there's two by me. That person's running too. Oh, I thought that person was down. Didn't you see that down pop up? Did I hit somebody?
This won't hurt. Hold on.
I was very confused.
Recharging my shields.
Reloading. Point jumping.
Hold on, I need to.
They were at the store. You can do a BR with a minimum of 32. Look at that. Copia dropping knowledge today. Hey, we won an arenas game. That doesn't help us in any way, shape, or form with the spellbound thing, except for like the damage and stuff. I wish the events would allow you to play arenas or control, but here we are, and we're one of life's winners. It feels good to round out the week with a win in my favorite game.
You are one of life's winners.
All right, well, Austin Attack 12, enjoy your Apexing later on today, 3 or 4 p.m. Pacific time-ish at twitch.tv/AustinAttack12. Big shout out to Austin. JF Downs today around noon Pacific time, and then I owed someone a big shout out, and that was the Element of One. So let me give Element of One a big shout out this morning. And Element, what time will your show be? You mentioned also too you got the big Apex invite, so hopefully that'll be pretty okay. Clip ME and Hey It's Brendan TTV will be streaming tomorrow. So by and large, I think I've covered all my bases, but Austin's in here and other people who want to shout out other people, you can. And then last reminder, coming up today at 3 p.m. Pacific time, it is Gabe Pride and the charity stream that starts at 3 p.m. Pacific time, so be sure to check that out. If Gabe Pride raises $500, there will be a East Carolina Reaper hot honey sandwich consumed on stream. It would mean a lot to us if you would go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/gamingmorningshow, and throw a thumbs up on both Gabe Pride's appearance as a contestant on 5 Questions GMS, as well as our interview on Wednesday that we had with Gabe Gerwin of GameSpot talking about Xbox Live turning 20. That will super duper help us as well. Unknown Story says, I know it's not today, you silly goose, because you wanted to do it like 2+ weekends out. And this is referring to, when are we having the Austin Attack 12 Apex Legends Invitational? Yes! I love when Austin throws a good event. So, yes, please be on the lookout for that. Coming up soon from Austin Attack 12. One last time, what are your thoughts on Club Penguin, Austin?
Mister, I am Austin Attack. I speak for the Penguins. I speak for the Penguins, for the Penguins have no tongues. And I'm asking you, random tech support guy, at the top of my lungs, what's that thing you've made out of my Club Penguin?
What did you do to my Club Penguin? The eternal question from Austin Attack 12 on National Penguin Day. Thank you so much for making us part of your day. And if you want, you can always listen to GMS as a podcast as well. New episodes usually put up around 10:30 p.m. Pacific time, about 90 minutes after our show ends. All right, last chance to vote on the poll. Do you give your car a name? Kind of an impromptu poll that came out of today's show. Let us know by going to Watch GMS on Twitter. It is time for your Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming Re-News. It's a recap of the video game headlines of the day, and you can find these both on Instagram and on Twitter when we share them by searching the hashtag GMS Morning Gaming News. Our first story comes to you courtesy of Kotaku. It's from Ethan Gatch, and the story talks about more layoffs in the video game space. This one is impacting GameSpot and Giant Bomb by their parent company Fandom, which recently purchased them. A lot of people were let go on Thursday, numbering 40 to 50 affected across the company. Some people, if not most people, were taken by surprise. This is what it was written by Gatch, with at least some managers caught completely off guard by the cuts to their teams. Fandom had just purchased Giant Bomb and GameSpot after they were sold to Red Ventures in 2020. Fandom purchased them last October, along with Metacritic, TV Guide, and some other sites. And so, more layoffs in the video game space, which is certainly a tough deal. All right, so there's one story for you. Another one is about a release coming out, and this is from Charles Hart of Game Informer. If you're excited about the new VR system from PlayStation, then you will be also excited, I suspect, that new titles have been announced for it when it launches coming up on February 22nd. Some of the names on this list, and you can go into the link that we provided for all of them: Song in the Smoke Rekindled, What the Bat, NFL Pro Era, and Creed Rise to Glory Championship Edition. Creed Rise to Glory Championship Edition.
With net wide open.
So there you go. Those are some of the things that are out, or some of the things that will be released, I should say, with PlayStation VR 2. And again, the story cites the cost of this thing. The base model is going to be $549.99, which still just seems like an awful amount of money. But here we are. This is what it's going to cost. Nintendo is also ramping up production of the Switch ahead of the release of the new Zelda game, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This is according to Ryan Dinsdale of IGN. So if you don't yet own a Switch, but you are excited for the new Zelda game, then the good news is supplies should be there if you want to purchase one, whereas some of the issues with component shortages were affecting available inventory for consoles like the Switch. So if it's something you're interested in, or if you know somebody else who is, you should be able to tell them that when Tears of the Kingdom releases, then there should be enough inventory as well. But of course, you can get ahead of that, as Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is not set to release until May. What is out today? Demolish and Build Classic is out for Switch. Also for Switch today, Drift and Drive. Deep Space Anomaly is out today for Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Two more Switch releases, Escape to the Ocean and Fire Emblem Engage. Monster Hunter Rise is out today for Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and 5. Omega Bot is out today for Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Cube 2, all caps, QUBE 2 Ultimate Edition, out for Xbox One and Xbox Series X. And Trenches is out today, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. If you missed it, this day in gaming history, 1998, Midway Amusement Games released Mortal Kombat 4 version 3.0 in the arcades. That happened this day in gaming history.
All right, everyone get their tube amusement devices.
2004, Vivendi released Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2 for PlayStation 2 and Xbox. And in 2015, Capcom released Resident Evil HD for PlayStation 4 and 3, Xbox One, and Xbox 360 today. Among the birthdays, Rainn Wilson, Skeet Ulrich, Questlove, and Evan Peters were some of the birthdays that we had today as well. If you have a birthday to celebrate, you can always put it in our Discord in the birthdays channel, and we will be sure to add that to our GMS birthdays calendar. Yikes, says I Good Apollo. Is this a portent to the end of gaming? Just a sec. Portent, a sign of warning that something, especially something momentous or calamitous, is likely to happen. I mean, listen, there's been a lot of video game layoffs. I was perusing Twitter yesterday, and it sounds like this was certainly a discussion in the world. Obviously, I aligned it to sports because that's a better area of knowledge of me. Lots of people want to work in sports. Sports is a very fun industry. It seems like sports on the high end maybe has enough billions of dollars, whereas video games also on the high end seem to have enough billions of dollars. I'm disappointed to see how many times rounds of layoffs happen, but I'm also not a very good business person in terms of I'm not great at figuring out profit and loss and trying to be profitable, and it's just not a strong suit of mine. So in a capitalistic world, I struggle. And so I'm sure there's a misalignment with my values and some of the things that we're seeing in the video game space. There's also been layoffs in the sports world as well, but not nearly to the degree that I believe I've seen in video games. Nintendo likes to split Zelda games across 2 generations, so maybe we will get a Switch Pro for the release. But I'm not holding my breath. Unknown Story, you're not holding your breath of the wild. All right, what are your takeaways that were pretty okay? What is something you learned from today's morning radio show that plays games? I am going to give Unknown Story Billy Thundergun Teammate of the Match award today, just because Unknown Story not only was with us for a good amount of the program and had some fantastic lines, but also informed me of what electrostatic something, I don't know, ESD can do to my poor computer. So yeah. Don't use any random vacuum cleaner apparently on your electronics. Also, Unknown Story, as we talked about a human-sized penguin 30 million years ago, asked, what about a penguin-sized human? That was good. Also learned about macaroni here, and the line, stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. So a lot of good information passed along to from Unknown Story to us. So thank you,
Billy Thundergun, Teammate of the Match award.
I Get Apollo is now in the 999 plus messages club on Twitch, which I'm pretty sure you were already there prior. Tracer, you're also 999 plus on Twitch, so thank you for that. King Gray, likewise. So many of our 999 plusers are in the chat today. Thank you so much for being part of this morning radio show that plays games. We'll have our best moments from today's show. We will send you somewhere in a moment if you're watching on Twitch via the raid, but right now it's time for the clip of the day. The clip of the day. Hey, look, it's the clip of the day. Toot in by somebody on a fishing boat who was just 12 years old, and they actually got it into the boat. They tagged it for researchers, and they sent it back out. So that's one story we told you about already. This one comes to you courtesy of Ben Hooper of UPI, and it is a story of a Kentucky school that had an escaped snake. But don't worry, the snake has been found. It only took 3 months. According to the story, a snake escaped its terrarium at a Kentucky school. It's now been found just a few feet away from her former home. It just took 3 months. A science teacher in Louisville said the corn snake, which has been dubbed gummy worm by his 6th graders, escaped from her terrarium in the classroom shortly after she was first brought to the school in September. Quote, "I think I just didn't put a lid on secure enough." Good, one job. Yeah, what the heck? Just put the damn lid on the damn snake terrarium and then the snake won't get out, right? It seems pretty simple. I was kind of surprised to hear that story, but here we are. All right. What are your takeaways that were pretty okay? What is something you learned from today's show? And then we are going to send you over to Red Slayer 713. This is off of a recent follow of ours, someone that they have on suggested channels. Red Slayer 713. We're just vibing on the road to I1 Survivor. Come say hi, playing Dead by Daylight. I'm just a girl who likes to play video games and meet new people. This is a LGBTQ plus safe place. So if you'd be so kind as to say good morning from GMS. I hope you all have the best weekend. As ambassador to the Final Hour crew, Brendan just wishes you as well. Have a great weekend, y'all. Likewise to you, Brendan. And again, be sure to watch Brendan streaming, likely around 10 a.m. Pacific time on Saturday. My takeaway, that was pretty okay. The macaroni thing with the whole hair and the wig and stuff, that was something that I didn't realize as to what maybe that Yankee Doodle line refers. Also, I learned something like 4 minutes ago, and I don't remember what it is now. And it was great. It was my takeaway that was pretty okay. And now I don't remember what it was. I even said it at the time. I don't remember what it was. But we did learn that there's now custom lobbies for Apex Legends, so that was good. Appreciate that. I also learned that I can't say some sort of version of Calamity this morning as well. So, all right, here you go. We will step aside and we will come back on Monday. Monday at 6 a.m. Pacific time, as we do Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time, every weekday morning for Gaming Morning Show. Also invite you to tune in on Tuesday, pending a physical, to see if Sean feels pretty okay. And that'll be for GMS Tuesday nights, GMS Plays Live, Sports Doc Wife, and Sports Doc Gaming for a fun edition of GMS Tuesday nights. So stick around for that. That is coming up 8 p.m. on Tuesday. For everyone who made it possible, and of course, for you being here, chat, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. You can find us as a podcast wherever podcasts are available to you after the show, so be sure to check that out as well. Here are your best moments from today's Gaming Morning Show. We'll see you again on Monday. Goodbye, everyone. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Morning radio show that plays games. This morning, we're talking about National Penguin Day. So what is your favorite animal, if you have one? And then also, any idea if penguins are rubbery? Like, what is the texture of a penguin? Because my brain can't help but perceive them to be, like, you know, like when you slide your finger across, like, rubber boots. And it feels like it's kind of pulling on your finger as you slide it across the surface. It's kind of what I perceive a penguin to be like. I kind of feel like if the penguin was, like, super wet, had just gotten out of the Arctic, then I would, like, slide my finger across it and would make that sound that, like, a wet window makes, where it's like... I don't know why. It's a magpies, the distraction of shiny things. Crows are interesting to watch. They're very loud as well, but, like, just watching them up in the tree being like, huh? Hmm? They're just, like, taking it all in constantly. So, all right, thank you for being here. It's time for the Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. We'll get the headlines of the day coming up in just a little bit. We'll tell you a story of a 12-year-old who reeled in a great white shark. So that story is on the way this morning. And birthdays this day in gaming history coming up in about 20 minutes from now. If you have a birthday to celebrate, please let us know. Since Sean is out, we'll still go to the newsroom. Here's hashtag video game expert Sean. Good morning. I'm Sean. This is your Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. How's my Sean voice? It's time for your Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News.
I wanna know if